So there will definitely be timestamps in the description below in case you're curious, and I'm just going to show this just to show, when I started playing the Alpha 2 experimental branch as we get into it. Otherwise, I'm looking at a dog drinking water, and I'm like, I think everything will be okay. But anywho, so just gonna go briefly over what I've done so far, and just to show where I'm at. And there's not really much to show as we get into the Smoldering City, not even level 20 yet, plus... And I am going through upgrades, so not really much else to see here. I mean, if you're a veteran, you should know. If you're not a veteran, don't worry about it. Just wanted to show you where I'm at. And then so far, I mean, again, you just have to take me at my word that I have not done any save backup shenanigans. Because I do manually back up my saves in case something really, really strange happens. So, without further ado, I could go on a daily expedition, but I think instead we will go for something else. So not really much else to look at. I just pinned some deeds because I'm just looking for biomes to play as, but biomes to play on. But I think we're just going to do Ashen Thicket next to the, hey, orders are disabled. So here's hoping I get Trade Hub ? Do I even want Trade Hub here? Because it's all about, and we thankfully get bats on our next... settlement, but just so we can at least start this on something. Actually, before I do that, let me check something really quickly. And as you've seen, my naming convention is it's a thing. So let's see. Thunderblight shards for mining, which thankfully bats have the metallurgy. For those who don't know, we'll go over it like 15 seconds briefly. Metallurgy, but they don't have any comfort zones, which means if you put them into place, they won't get resolved from comfort, I believe. I've only really played them twice so far, funny enough. And metallurgy mainly for mines, so as it turns out, we're in a biome that has things that have to do with the mines and getting cornerstones from getting the Thunderblight shards. But otherwise, we finally have something that shares something with paste if we didn't already have something else other than harpies, because I don't remember, and I'm relatively new, but I'll explain that later. Skewers, coats, trading gear, and scrolls, and then we're going to have frogs as well, so hey, rainpunk stuff. But after that, I think we're just going to take the villages and hope we get something we can use. We do have fertile soil, but if bad things happen, bad things happen. And yeah, we're going to be a Prestige 1. If you've watched any of my previous Against the Storm videos, I was primarily playing on Viceroy difficulty, and then I was going to work my way up. Here in the Alpha 2, I just pretty much just rushed to Prestige 1 just to get a bit more resources. Although I should just continue climbing up. What are we taking here? I usually like to take resources other than the one I get. This probably won't fly in a higher prestige, but we're still on just Prestige 1. I say just Prestige 1. And I think just to make sure we have our thing set up, we'll move on. So as we get into the mysteries and just looking at the mysteries, I forgot what I was supposed to say. Gosh dang it me. Oh, if you wanted basically the opinion of someone who's relatively new to Against the Storm, then here's gameplay of someone who's relatively new to Against the Storm playing the Alpha 2. As a data point, I guess. Gathering nodes depleted during Drizzle spawn. During the Drizzle spawn fertile soil! ! Trade route times increased. Resources burned quicker. So basically, kill. Try to snipe kill. Not always, but that's like my 9 out of 10 strat. If I see certain mysteries, and we'll see. So, dangerous forbidden glades, but we really shouldn't be opening more than 2 to 3, even though that already adds quite a bit. But it depends on what I actually build into, and then clothing services, theoretically, before pretty much year 5, 6. I basically try to build up a rhythm by now, but also orders are disabled. We pretty much never use the, I'm looking at this as if it means something, but we pretty much never use the Forsaken Altar. I've yet to really use it because I assumably when you start gathering the resources after completing settlements is when you actually actively use the Forsaken Altar. But so far, pretty much, I think I've climbed to like Prestige 4 or 5 tops on my main save. That's not DLC. I'm gonna. Do I try to hope that I get Plantation? Oh, buddy boy. Oh, also we did get a beaver. Let me take a quick look again. So just reminding myself. Oh yeah, and then frogs are also paste. When I was talking about paste, I was like, aren't frogs also paste? They are. Let's see here. I'm going absolutely crazy. Oh no, I'm going crazy. Grill, press, rain mill, and cannery if I get it. But will I and will it matter? Let's see. Resin, berries, marrow as a very small side product. What do we have right now? Roots, clay. That's about it. And then what's around us? What is around us? Ew, 2 forbidden glades here. I mean, I said ew, but actually, I do like that. Yeah, we're probably going to the south. We're going to the south, unless we get no, we're going to the south. South relative to where if I press H and reset things, that's where I'm gonna go. But we do have beavers and bats sharing education, right? I'm not getting the phrase wrong. Yeah, let's just take planks from now. Grill. So now if I spawn fertile soil, I'm going to be in trouble because I'm probably not going to get another farm building for a while. What do we have again? Oh, just roots and stones for the moment. They all... No, they don't share it. They don't share anything between all 3 of them. Bats... Yeah, we have some overlap, but it's kind of weird overlap. Assumably, going to the mines, we do have copper ore, right? We do. We have all the mining stuff. We have copper ore, salt, and the coal. But that's assuming we can find one. Otherwise, spawning fertile soil would be nice. But for the purposes of this map, the mine is probably going to do its best to work because we're not going to get any epic cornerstones as the effect. Let's see. We do have clay. Yeah, clay. Skewers for just the bats, though. Skewers and paste. We need salt. Or dye. D-Y-E dye. Again, I'm kind of just at least speaking my thoughts out loud so that you can play along with me, but I think we'll go... Yeah, we'll go grill. I really want to take something for fertile soil. At this point, probably. But yeah, there's no food coming from this, so... I'm gonna hit reroll and pray. That was even worse. Well, hey. I guess we try to snipe our next blueprint ASAP. We have the lumber mill for trade goods. We can also set up luxury goods and tools. That's not a terrible idea because we should theoretically be making copper bars at some point. So we'll be opening a bunch of we should be opening a bunch of caches because we don't have orders. So we're taking the overlap. But the lumber mill I think is 3-star. Yeah, 3-star efficiency planks. So I have to remember the carpenter later. So let's actually get this stuff started. Wow, I've just been sitting here for a moment. So this, if you haven't noticed already, this is a very long video because I'm planning to go through, me sitting right here, I'm planning to just play the whole settlement out. Now, is that going to be healthy for me? We'll see. Let's see here. Roots. We don't have meat, so we'll just enable mushrooms for the moment. Now, we'll eat into the meat if we need... mushroom? Oh, yeah, mushrooms. Okay, mushrooms and eggs. We'll turn this off afterward, but for the moment... We only have 1 beaver, which makes me a bit sad, but we'll deal with it. And I think we might just end up focusing these small glades first. So, unfortunately... Or do I just try to spawn fertile soil immediately? I probably should, all things considered. So we're just going to stick with 2. For the moment, we'll use bats because the frogs will focus the clay. After Drizzle, we'll switch focus to the roots because we'll need food. But I think we'll just do this and be happy. If we have resolved problems, we'll just unassign 1. Actually, who is the thing here? Newcomers. I do want newcomers. Funny enough, I have taken a liking to having frogs as my hearth keeper, unless there are harpies, of course. But again, it depends on the situation. Humans definitely win out after a year or two. I'm looking over at dogs getting excited. Also, I need to look at these trees, because these trees, sometimes, you know, the trees are different at times, which means they can drop different, or have more charges, but that's primarily a sealed map. So, let's find out. I think we're gonna set a priority list here, and we're gonna do some micromanagement for the sake of soil reclamation. And I should actually mark these trees, because otherwise I'm gonna open this glade without meaning to. Please don't already be opening the glade. I would like that. Because we have enough on our plate with just this already. I mean, it's not like we can't open a glade, but... that being said... And yeah, we need to find a mining location soon. Yeah, we can stick with 2 glades. We don't have any orders, so I don't need to worry about just doing stuff on my own, but... goods. Gain 2 wildfire for every 2 completed... Blech. Usually they give you some kind of cornerstone relevant to what you're looking at here, but I don't know. So, value-added tax. I think we do have trade goods available, right? Otherwise, 3 grain per minute to make packs of crops, question mark? But that's per minute. This map will be a bit, so 60 to 90 grain? Probably more than that, but you get the point. Because otherwise, the only other way I'm getting reputation points, if I don't somehow get, blah, blah, blah. Basically, 60 amber traded per rep point is something, yeah, so we'll just do value-added tax. Hopefully I do have a thing, by the way. Yeah, I do, lumber mill. But I have to make some kind of item for the trade goods, regardless. That being said, yeah, so this drizzle season is just going to be all cutting trees and focusing on stuff. So when that finishes, this should quickly finish. Usually I see people putting up 3 woodcutters camps from what I've seen. Maybe that's not normal, and I just happen to be watching people or reading in tips and stuff, and where people just make 3 camps. I normally see that. Some people do too. I've seen 1 at a moment, but it really does depend, obviously, if you want to really micromanage stuff, so hey. That being said, let's clear up some space here. Again, am I just... Is it... I mean, I'm sure there's a more efficient way, but I like just clearing area around the warehouse. Usually around the hearth, but sometimes I usually favor the warehouse just as much, because I want them to deliver to the warehouse, and it might be farther from the hearth, but... So we focus. Next one. So yeah, they can do it in under 2 minutes, which means that next rock should spawn more fertile soil soon. But otherwise, we're sitting here for the moment. And basically, if I can snipe blue I keep saying snipe, but that's my word for saying if I can reach an objective, I will try to take it. Now, obviously, there are ways that I probably could have done things earlier. We'll see. Keeping in mind, I think I've also just usually ended up making a rain collector in the middle of clearance, just to try and get stormwater for year 2, so that when I make planks and whatnot, yeah, I make planks and whatnot. Yeah, we should be able to complete this. They're gonna take a break, but they're gonna soon get right back to it. And yeah, 2-star stonecutter clamp. The more efficient camps, I believe, don't they? They're faster at getting stuff, at least? Or more efficient, but I think it's faster usually. But hey, if I'm wrong, let me know. That's why I'm just saying my thoughts out loud. The other side of the consumption is I should have enough to survive off of... I should have enough to survive, but we'll eat the rest. We'll eat what we're getting from the trees. I think we're getting from the trees. Berries from the trees, and then roots from the clay node, which I should actually just save on them when I look at that. So, you know what? Because I'll usually always be cutting trees. These clay nodes are only going to last however long they last. And with that said, we'll let them work on the clay node a bit more, but let's actually get started making shelter and whatnot. Don't I have... Well, I can't even make it. Well, 3 shelters is overkill, but that's because we need bricks for frog houses, which thankfully I don't think we're punished for housing yet. Yeah, it's only till... Well, wait, we don't have anything punishing housing, but resolve would be great. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We also need a crude workstation, because otherwise we can't make bricks at all anyway. We don't even have a brick location, so the crude workstation will be what we use. That being said, let's actually do that now. And at a certain point, we should have more than enough wood for the moment. Hello, dog. I see there's a dog looking at me. Yeah, roots. Actually, we should be eating roots then if we're gonna get roots here, because we're gonna run out of what we're given. In fact, I should mainly rely on roots for the moment if I'm doing this. But hey, should I just come to this late then? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. But we do want to get working on these things. And in fact, if I get a farm next, yeah, I'm just gonna place the pipes here. I feel like I'm gonna need it. Yeah, between two of these, unless I choose to get fabric and bricks immediately, which I don't think I'm gonna do. We'll see. So that should be 11. Let's just set up this camp just in case I forget. And we'll just set up some roads as well while we're sitting here. Probably a bit too much road, but it's fine, I think, for the moment. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll just rotate this and put it here. And away we go. So we'll do this. Yeah, we'll just do that. And I think after this next hit, I'm just going to take them off of it. So I'm just going to watch it just for a moment. In fact, I'm going to do this. And let's let them hit this play node first. Bring it down to 7 charges. And then we turn this off so that they deliver everything. Or I make them deliver everything. I think we still need planks, right? Or was it lumber mill? No, we need that end cloth. Do we even have that? No, we don't. We can't even make the lumber mill. Can we make the carpenter? We can. No, because we need fabric. Never mind. I lied to myself. Well, hey. And then, yeah, as always, I just usually end up just making the makeshift post because I know that I'm going to need it at some point. And we'll do this. I have one free person, but they're working on setting everything up. With that, if that's the case, we're going to... I'm just going to set up this rain collector now. Now that means I need to put these frogs on duty, but for the moment, we also have 2 bricks, but hey, we'll have you guys set that up afterward. And we will do this. A little bit of micromanagement, please. Actually, do that. I could take more people off the wood cutting. Yeah, let's do that. Just trying to grab as much wood as possible. I mean, we'll always need it, especially when we make the lumber mill, because we seem to be specializing wood for the moment, but that's fine. Keeping in mind that, yeah, I don't have a thingy. So yeah, these 2 beavers would help out immensely. That means I'm gonna do this. Move this over here so they can just concentrate on delivering. But then do this. And we'll have them build stuff in the meanwhile. Because we primarily need frog houses at the moment, which we'll just set up now. That'll help their resolve out. And we're going to keep making bricks here for the moment. Clay efficiency, but there's not much I can do about that. Oops. We have 3 open people. I could leave the woodcutters camp on. We'll probably... Yeah, actually. I think I will, just so that when I want to cut into this dangerous glade, I'll be ready. Question mark? Or do I just open this glade now? I probably should just open it now. Yeah, I should just open this now. So let's actually switch target for a moment. We should be getting more bricks soon. You're done with that. If we cut into this, we can find something else we can work on. And again, reminding at least myself, no orders. Fertile soil here. Nothing else, though. We can use vegetables to get more villagers. Let's do that. And then there's a broccoli patch here, but nothing else. So instead, we're going to open up this glade. Hopefully there's coal or copper or salt. If not, well, we'll be set up for the next year pretty much. Because then I need to figure out... Weird thing. And then, yeah, you can't favor bats. I mean, hey. Now, it's sad that I could sacrifice parts for this, but don't think I want to do that. So lots of clay, and then maybe 2 to 3 coal veins if we get things working on here. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? That is a bit of a thing to think about. I think I'm going to set up just 2 minutes, yeah, because we're not on Prestige 2. So we're going to set up 2 crude workshops. No, we're not. Because I'm just going to use this one workshop and use the stormwater that I get to increase productivity. If that's the case, I should be using 2 rain collectors, but you know what? Yeah, let's use 2 rain collectors. I think I have free frogs, right? Yeah, I do. Kind of. It's a bit far. Yeah, we'll put it behind the hearth. You and you. And now we don't have any free people, but we're doing stuff anyway. Doesn't really matter. It does matter, but I'm saying it's not going to matter. And if it does, well, hey, here's your chance to correct me later on. We'll look at this. We'll consider it. We technically have free parts just lying around, but yeah, I'm not going to do that for the moment. I just should put pipes here too, but we're going to wait really shortly. And for the last minute, yeah, we're probably going to get like another 20 stormwater. And that's it. I think you guys are resilient, right? So we should be able to last through this storm. If not, I mean, we'll just unassign these woodcutters. It's fine with me. But then there's this clay node here. So we effectively should have a bunch of fertile soil lying around at some point. We can also set this up. Every 30 coal per ore produced, every 20 spent sacrificing goods. It really depends. Actually, if I make a lot of wood through the lumber mill, then we can use this for however long it will last. Negligence penalty, fuel consumption. Newcomers bring fewer goods. I'm not usually relying on this. It's nice at times, but no. Every 20 building materials. Again, I'll have to think about it. I could choose not to take a penalty here, but basically I'm sacrificing the goods for whatever I choose here. Probably it might actually be barrels. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. You guys should be able to withstand that, right? Please tell me you guys can. Yeah, they should. Less than 30 seconds left on this. We should be able to last. That being said, so we have a bunch of bricks and pretty much running out of clay now, but hey. We have fertile soil here, and we have a bunch of sadness because I should have just taken roots herbs. I could have taken the other one. I could have taken resin crystallized dew too, but I chose not to. Rebellious Spirit. +1 for every 2 impatience point. Every time a villager leaves, impatience increased by additional. Each discovered glade will increase the working speed, which I already opened to, so usually I would wait, but hey, I didn't. For every trade route... Bleh. Do we actually work on trade routes here? Ooh, we're not even able to produce any packs of goods without sacrificing our routes, which isn't the worst decision in the world. It's just yeah, stuff. But we can make some fertile soil here, kind of. But we'll see what I actually choose to do. It's Sahida, right? Sahilda, sorry. Crafting materials. Hopefully she brings pipes. Then maybe I use pipes here. Yeah, maybe I use pipes here. I don't really use drizzle water, so we're gonna stone. We're gonna get the rest of this before we pretty much work on these question mark. Yeah. Yeah, basically trying to make a lot of small fertile soil in places. With that in mind, do we even have enough parts for this? We do. So we'll get to work on this now. We'll actually go this way. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and we should be able to clear 2 more nodes because we pretty much are starting. Oh, I didn't take one yet. For 180 seconds. Yeah, it would have been nice, but I already opened the glades. That's why I shouldn't have opened. But yeah. Time a villager leaves or dies. Will villagers be leaving or dying? During the storm, trade routes, resources burn quicker. Considering that we might just be opening small glades again at some point, yeah, especially when we go down here. If that's the case, we can use Farsight for this. Maybe it makes a difference. Otherwise, if I skipped out on an amazing cornerstone, well, hey, I'm still learning the game. But, anywho. That's not a real excuse, but hey. So that should be all... nope, I did not... You know what I didn't do? I didn't enable this checkbox. Whoops. But in either case, I'm gonna be focusing clay here for a moment. Now that being said, you're taking a rest, so we'll have you make more frog houses, because we have more frogs. We have more frogs. And let's just make more, because I know I'll need them. At some point, though, I want to make this lumber mill, but it seems like unless we put people at this fishing hut, I almost said pool, but same difference, not really. We need to, yeah, we need this to make cloth. So as much as I want to start working on this mine, no, it's not going to happen yet. We'll get some drizzle water, but not really. Yeah, not really pressed to. So if we were, well, I guess we'll find out in due time. With the way this is positioned so far, it seems like we'll need 2 farms. Let's see, is it how much? Does it say how much? No, but I can count. Or I can opt it to count. We can't move this anymore. Shouldn't need to, though. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, yeah, we'll need 2 farms there to actually hit everything. Unless I choose not to. I could choose not to, but I guess it depends on... It also depends on the production speed I ultimately get to, but yeah, we'll find out. I shouldn't actually leave them like that, because the fertile... I think the fertile soil can spawn underneath it, but we're just going to play it safe. And with that said, yeah, 25 resolve threshold. It's a bit much, but we'll deal. And then we have fertile soil. Yeah, basically, it would be great if we could do a thing. If we could, if I had taken a farm, basically. If I had taken a farm, we would not be in the situation we're in. No, let's actually cut this way. We can just stand on this fertile soil. Well, we're not really even really standing on it, so hey. We actually do need more woodcutters at the moment, but we'll wait. Tell me we have enough parts for this. We don't. So I guess we do knock down this woodcutters camp. Let's see, yeah, making more bricks or trying to make more bricks. Yeah, they'll be able to finish this clay node. I don't think we can finish a second, but we'll see. Yeah, and I need to remember. Yeah, I know, dog. I need to remember to to grab a farm, if possible. If we don't get one and then a merchant comes this like in year 3 or 4, boy, we are in some trouble. In fact, not already building up a farm here is already putting us in deep trouble, but we're trying our best. Do we get any food here? No, just algae and herbs. So really, our primary source of food production is still these root nodes. I know, I'm working on food, dog. I gotta work on food. So yeah, we want to focus pipes here. Probably gonna trade off something for it. Probably gonna end up using wildfire essence. Let's see, we only need 2 for a hearth, right? This is a stream-like video, so we're gonna live with dog. But if we don't make more than 2 hearths, then theoretically speaking, I can sell that. 7 pipes. 7 pipes? Question mark? Dog! Dog! Oh goodness, a dog, but hey. So yeah, 7 pipes. I think 7 pipes. I'm thinking in my head if I really want to do, and I had to mute myself for a moment, but yeah, we're gonna do that, and we're gonna sell 2 of these, and let's see. Yeah, I think they just sell the wood. I don't want to, but it's the thing I don't. I mean, I could sell the resin, but no. So we'll do that, and then let's actually get started on this. Rip all my pipes, but it's for a good cause, I think. Again, we're playing into the map's mechanics, so... Had a cough. Yeah, I think we do this. So, while... We'll let them finish this frog house, but then we have them focus on this rain punk drill. It's gonna be weird because it's gonna spawn the veins, and I don't know if any of these nodes are gonna be in the way. I'm gonna hope they're not, but if they are, this is gonna be a really weird... Hopefully, like, it only goes around this 3x3 area. There's no way the game would be designed so that it, like, spawns 1-2 or 1-2, right? Please? I guess we're gonna find out today. Oh, coughing. But anywho. I do need more woodcutters regardless, but hey. Also, there is a beaver without a home. We could do that, but I think we'll just continue making shelters. Put these over here for now. We can also do this. But not having a house is shouldn't be the end of us here. Our resolve is going to take a hit, but we don't really... Actually, don't we have a field kitchen? We do have a field kitchen. We don't have any... We don't have any fabric. Let's see here. So yeah, they're going to work on that. And this is going to pop into 2 coal veins. Now, what's going to be in them is a complete... Again, I don't need to keep making fertile soil, but it'd probably be a good idea. Now, that being said... yeah, we have yet to make it. I might even just have to make building materials and just be happy with that. We'll take that. Funny enough, that allows us to make 2 pipes, if that makes a difference. I would like it, though. Did we ever get... I probably should have also looked for goods that gave me fabric materials, but I didn't, so... Here we are. Bye, Sahilda. Yeah, we're not going to finish this before this ends, so let's put this at 1. And let's actually probably knock this down. We'll get it close to 1, theoretically speaking. But we'll grab these parts back. And that's right, we just got more... We just got more villagers, so let's make another shelter. Again, I should be making a big shelter, but I don't have any cloth. I probably should have bought it from Sahilda, actually, if Sahilda was selling any. I just realized my mistake. Well, hey. Here's hoping. Well, and also here's hoping that we finish this pawn. I could just drag the nets up now, but that does lose those resources that I don't want to lose. Yeah, let's keep an eye on this for a moment. Because we're going to push it to pretty much 1 or 2 charge. Basically low charge and then work on it. So there's the thing. We should be able to make a mine. Yeah, we have 3 parts. And a whole lot of wishing. So 1, 2, 3. And then a bat. I could just put all bats, but... yeah, I probably should just use all... Yeah, let's use all bats here. I don't know why... Yeah, I don't need the resolve, so it's not going to help me as much as the possible double yield, I think, question mark? We'll see what happens during the storm, but hey. You know what I will need? Rain. You're not on fertile soil, are you? Well, either way. So we're using 2 planks here, but I think it's for a good cause. Let's disable that. Well, prioritize that. This should be upgraded. We can upgrade it even further. So we'll do that. In fact, I don't need this here. And let us work on getting this to level 2. If for no other reason than resolve, but I think the question mark resistance helps too. Rip my planks, but hey. We're trying to get the lumber mill, but we need the fabric, but we don't have the fabric, so I'm just sitting here, not able to do much. I should also stop producing bricks in case I need to make... Don't I have a thing for the... No, I don't. Never mind, I lied. Also, we have a grill. Oops. I'm just going to plop this down for a moment just to see... Could we have made something? Yes. The answer is yes. Skewers for the bats, which would be much appreciated. And then paste as well, but we don't have any dye or bleh, so bleh. So yeah, you know what? Actually, we do need to make use of some of our wood here. Only enough to make the grill, theoretically speaking, but we'll see. And then yeah, at some point, I need to make sure not to pop this early too, but we'll look at it. And with this said, so 60, and then we can upgrade if and when we can. In fact, I can just upgrade it now, but I don't want to do that. And let's find out what happens to us. We will need more housing, but I don't have the planks. So instead what we're going to do is, yeah, we're going to prep this Forbidden Glade for year 3. I don't think now is an opportune time to pop a glade now. So we're not going to do that. No, you're in the way. Pop these down here in case I need to make something. Yeah, we don't have wood. Where did all my wood go? Actually, is it just the hearth? Please tell me this is the hearth. Woodcutter's camp, ancient hearth, crude workstation. Yeah, because we just brought the planks, didn't we? Well, we already... Do we have enough to make another if I could? No, we don't. Because we're focused on this algae pond. Take another look here. 17 out of 24, yeah. It should pretty much... Even into the storm, it'll still have charges. But if I want to be safe, I should disable them at some point. Probably right before the storm, because I want to set... Actually... let's make a road really quick here. Let's throw this makeshift post here. And we'll leave a 3x3, but basically do this. But yeah, we'll have those frogs in the other place at a moment. Yeah, the hearth, I think we can, yeah, well, let's just do coal here now. Because we'll be getting coal. At least 60, probably more because of the double yield. So, I think each one is 10%. If I want to calculate this, I guess I have to figure out how I wanted to calculate this. I'm not going to try to figure out the theory behind calculating the probability. So, 60 coal, 10%. The chance of each of them not proccing... Well, no, because each one of them uses a charge when I think about it. I don't have anything to do here, right? Please tell me I don't have anything to do. I could have turned off consumption as well. I forgot to do that. Oh, are we about to run out of this? No. So let's set that priority -1. Have them continue doing that. We do need another food node at some point. We don't have enough to sustain everyone, but hopefully... Let me take a quick peek. 39 roots, yeah. So we're just primarily eating roots. No complex food, rip, but hey. And this definitely doesn't give me anything, but hey. I don't think that counts for soil reclamation, right? If it does, that would be a little weird, but... I guess we'll find out. Maybe, maybe not. So yeah, we'll clear up this. We basically want to cut through this right here so I can make the road go through. But otherwise, I'm really sad that I don't have a thing. In fact, this is the priority. So I'll set them up here. How much does this have? 11. We'll let them continue working on it for a moment. We are getting copper ore and more roots, so I should really keep an eye on it. Probably in the next 30 seconds I make them stop. But there's nothing else to make at the moment. I'm pretty sure bats are going to go negative, but we should be okay as long as we stay at 1 resolve. Yeah, 0, so... that being said... Lowering hostility with the bat in the hearth is not going to do as much at the moment. We do want to do that. We want to speed up production. Time is of the essence here. Literally and figuratively. And yeah, they're retrieving the nets now. And these beavers are putting in as much work as possible. So yeah, let me see here. So 60... So we get about... Am I wrong in calculating this? We get about 6 more coal out of this? Well, 6 more charges, quote-unquote. Whatever the yield may be. I think I'm doing that calculation wrong. Anywho, I think they're about to get rid of that. So let's stop that and have them deliver everything. In fact, we'll even do this. So that when I don't forget to enable the clay here. But... that being said, it's going to be weird to have farms around this mine, because this mine should theoretically be active for a while. Yeah, we don't have one yet. Now I need to think about what I actually want here. Food would have been nice, but maybe 35... Is this a real 35? Like, it could be 10 wood, 15 fabric, and 10 bricks with... I don't know. But anywho. Yeah, I think we're going to do building materials here. And the trade-off will be maybe goods. I can say no, too. 25. So every 20, we get basically an extra 20 of randomness. Or do I want one of these instead? Because we do have, for trade goods, right? Yeah, trade goods, and then that we can use the, we can use barrels for trade goods. Is it 3 or 4? I should actually check. I don't know why I haven't checked. Kind of important to look at. So, trade. So, 6. So, we make 8 trade goods. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Yeah, I know your resolve is low. There's not much I can do about it at the moment. Deactivate this. We're gonna actually set up the thingamajiggy. I should actually move this trade camp too. But we want to put this back here. There are 2 stone nodes here, by the way. But we're only going to be able to clear this and this one. 2 of the 3, basically. And let's set this back to 2 priority, and this is 1. And these frogs can work on making this path here. We'll set it priority -1 because we still want to make this grill. Do we have anything for that? No, we don't. We don't have anyone who can specialize here. Well, hey. But once we make skewers, the bats should be able to start getting blue resolve. If not, I will be sad. We do have 1 cyst. That's fine, though. I could cut into this glade early. But we're going to wait for the cornerstone. And that's the end of the sentence. So, yeah, they might be a little mad that nothing's happening at the moment. Is this actually going to clear when Drizzle happens? I'm very curious to see if we get fertile soil here when that happens. But in the meanwhile... Oh, that's right. No cornerstone on year 3, 5, and 7. Yeah, let's cut into this glade now. Newcomers, 3 bats. 4, 4. We can finally make cloth here, actually, so I should take this one. I know bats are good for the mines, but... I mean, we'll have 8 out of 8 bats still, so you know what? That's not so bad. And hey, and now we can finally make some cloth. Actually, we have algae anyway, so... And we could even make cloth regardless, so you know what? I'm just going crazy. Let's have you making fabric here. Excuse me. I don't need that. We can have some making drizzle water, but for the sake of my sanity, we'll just do stuff. So this goes back up in priority, so we can make fertile soil there, theoretically speaking. We do need 1 house really quickly. So we'll make that, but in the meanwhile, let's actually set up this lumber mill now, before I forget. And then at some point we want to make this carpenter too, but we haven't made any. We don't have anything to really make there. The planks are going to be handled by the lumber mill. The luxury goods and the tools, I can't really make any of those yet. And the moment this opens, we're going to have them focus these trees over here. So let's see what happens. Did I time this right, by the way? Do we get a trader? No, we don't. Well, kind of, but no, we don't. 12 to frogs resolve. We can take it in the face, but we actually do want this. We don't have the amber, though. Let's see here. The penalty is 2 to 3 blood flowers. We can take care of that. I don't want to, though. And then a forester's hut here. Well... Because alternatively what I ended up... So whenever I'm forced to use a forester's hut, essentially what I end up doing is selling all the crystallized dew. 0.5 reputation doesn't look like much, but we don't have any orders, so... I mean, the trade-off is if I do the corruption option, theoretically these items are to progress the settlement and or get me temporary, because wine is going to boost beaver resolve for the moment. I don't think I can boost them more than that unless I buy something through the shop, but the alternative though is wait, who is coming? Is it Farfuff? I think it's Farfuff, right? Farfuff, am I saying your name right, sir? Farluff, sorry. I am saying your name wrong. Building materials, blueprints, perks, but we're looking for amber. Do I have anything to sell for amber? Probably not, right? No. I could have made building materials with this copper ore. If I were to try to use all my things, I think it's 15 amber, right? 15 amber, 22.25. I mean, I'd have to sell a lot of my stuff, which is not going to be doable, in my opinion. But we also have this flax field for action, so I didn't actually need to use that thingy, but the fishing hut. We have a lot of fertile soil. It would be great if I could... I've taken a fall. If I could move this Forcer's Hut, it would be nice to move this Forcer's Hut up here. So, but we don't have any plagues, so rip Drizzle season. Have I oofed myself here? I think I've oofed myself just a little bit. We can knock this down. I think what I actually want to do is rush planks here. I'm going to do it over here so that I can make use of stuff. This is going to be a long settlement, and it's not so bad because if you noticed back in the timestamp or earlier at the beginning of this video, I did get a royal resupply that I took. What I took was a farther settlement. So theoretically speaking, if this settlement fails for whatever reason, or if I abandon it, we can recover. But I would like to try and fight this one out. So we'll go a good 8 to 10. If after 10 years this settlement is not close to done, we'll see what happens. Because directly after this map, it is possible for me to do the seal right away. We have a lot of cloth. And then we have a lot of insects, technically, too. With that said, can I swap this to something if I need be? I am making... funny enough, I am making copper ore. Is that coming from the mine or is that coming from the trees? Or is it coming from these nodes? It's coming from these nodes. But it's not coming from anywhere else. Yeah, if it were coming from these, it would be interesting. But instead we're getting stones, because coal nodes are stones. As odd as that sounds to say. So, I think I just robbed them here. 0.5 reputation points. It's not worth the resources I need to. I don't think my settlement will be able to self-sustain if I keep doing that. If I sell for this amber here. Now, alternatively, if I had to avoid this, let me see. I would have had to use trade routes, which would have taken too long, because this would have been 5 minutes. Yeah, and we only have 12 minutes. 10 minutes, 22 seconds, but you get the point. Yeah, let's just do this now, then. For the sake of resolve, we can stack 2 of you here, but for anything else, let's have you guys rob yourselves. And we have to deal with it. One more thing. Just one more thing. Yeah, we want to fix that right away. So let's swap this to planks. We have to wait, but I need this farm because I'm not going to get one otherwise. I don't know if I'll even be able to move it once I repair it, because for some reason I feel like the answer to that is no. But and we'll keep using newcomers. Oh, that's the resolve. We should still be fine. We'll just disable the woodcutters if need be. But for the moment, we can continue cutting wood here. In fact, we'll cut these trees down, but then we'll either disable these woodcutters or move them up here where they can be put to better use. Or more efficient use, sorry. We ran out of stormwater? No, not yet. Alternatively, I could put a frog in here and just just use the stormwater. You know what? Yeah, that'd probably be the better option. But we'll see if resolve drops as a result. Let's see. Did we do this? We did. There's just kind of things sitting around here now. Fertile soil. I really regret that decision I made at the very beginning of the game is coming back to haunt me at the moment. Now you don't need to make planks, but we'll have you continue doing that. Actually, let's have. If we don't complete this, it's possible for them to finish this node off. Because I really want to get this settled. I don't think it's going to happen in time. Minute 30? No, it's not going to happen in time. Even if we set it up and moved it over here, it'll take too much time. So instead, what we're going to do is get to our next quote-unquote food node, which is going to be actually a flax field. We don't need to build anything else at the moment, so we'll be fine with this. But we do want to cut this tree down so we can make a road if I really want to and or need to. Then we have wine, but I don't know. Well, we can put beavers in the mine. Will that be enough? 25 resolve. No, 30 resolve. Never mind. I lied. In fact, I'm even going to, because that's going to be +4 resolve. And I can get I can probably milk out an extra +4 through mines and water use. But after that, we're not going to get much else. So with that, knowing that, let us do this. So we are going to disable. Well, we already disabled it. Okay, never mind. Did I do anything here? No, I did not. We need to do this. It's kind of important. So who wants to be in here? Who can be in here? No, everyone. I said no one. Everyone. Because doesn't really matter. We don't have pipes, and actually now we do need drizzle water, but it's too late. So no salt, no pain, just pain. The grill is the only place we can make copper bars, funny enough, but that will allow us to make tools, but we want to focus on food for the moment. So at least for the duration of drizzle and halfway into clearance, I think we'll do a thing. And we should probably do this. So every 20 building materials, we will do a thing. I don't really plan to favor. In fact, one of them can't be favored. So unless I really mess something up. Technically I can, because frogs are well, that's because of the Glade event, but what do I actually want? Barrels, probably? So that I can make trade goods, sell those off, and buy what I need? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. How long does it take for me to... How long do these traders take? About 9 minutes? And then far left doesn't sell any food. But, I think he sells service goods, right? Nope. Building materials, tools, fuel, metal. I mean, we can stock up on all the trade goods. I feel like there's something else I could be doing, though. Sea mineral, random building material ingredients. I'm gonna go barrels, because I'm looking at these food items, among other things like wine, because beavers and frogs share wine. I should actually just look. Why do I do this to myself? Barrels. Pickled goods, obviously, but that's the field kitchen too. But let me just see. Wine, pickled goods, trade goods if I care. No tea. Yeah, pretty much just pickled goods, wine, and blah blah. Pickled goods, wine, and trade goods. Which isn't bad. Barrels can be made with copper ore, which is something that copper ore and bars, which I can be making myself, or which I can be This is work on a 2-star. So yeah, 2 copper bars, 2 planks, which does take time. So, or do I want wheat and grain instead? Ooh. Let me just take another look at what we have on our plate. Paste, fish, meat, eggs. We don't see any eggs anywhere. In fact, we don't see any of this anywhere. Wow, paste is really like that? Huh. Pie is next, so yeah. Flour, but we don't have anything that can make flour at the moment. And even if I did, the next blueprint I'd want as a farm, so we can make use of all this stuff. But if I did do that, let's see, pie, berries, right? We can use berries for pie. Well, I'm thinking about plantation. That's what I'm thinking about. That was... What was that? Not that. Pie. Pie singular? Question mark? Oh my goodness, my body. Oh, no, this. So pie, yeah, that. Biscuits, I think, are herbs, but also berries. But we need flour. Yeah, we double up on biscuits, double up on... We can make skewers here. I could opt to just do one for both. But now we can't, because I've chosen to do well, for the moment I'm doing skewers for bats. These give me what exactly? Insects. Insects used for skewers. Roots. So funny enough, the herb garden was actually a positive for me. It's something I didn't think about at the time, but it's fine now, because I could also use them for that. And then I can use the roots to make flour. So what I thought was bad was actually quite useful for me. Especially considering that we want... Well, never mind, we want clothing and services, but... Then what do I do here? What do you mean? Scrolls, wood, plant fiber. So this would be plantation-based. Except when I need this, but I can make wine with berries, theoretically. So yeah, so we're going to do the barrels here, and let's actually take fewer goods, funny enough. Yeah, there go my any parts I get, but what is next? No, we're not doing trade routes. Every 2 levels, double yields? Question mark? Boots, clothing. We do need clothing? Question mark. What else do we have? 5 dead villagers, 5 beaver villagers. I would like them. I'm kind of focusing on wood. Let me see. Storm lasts longer. Need for basic housing grants 1 less resolve. Whatever, this lowers this by quite a lot. If I get 12 to 16 beavers, that's a lot of boots I can make. If I choose to do that. Dog! Double yields is interesting too. But we only... Yeah, frogs only benefit from 1 boots. So you know what? I think we'll do this. Hold on a moment. No, dog! Yeah, now that I think about it after that, mute. Gain 3 impatient points. That's interesting. But well, I guess we'll see. It's not like we have it yet, so... We do want to set this up, but it'll happen probably during clearance season. Sounds like an advertisement. Clearance season. We need 3 parts, by the way. Whoops. These, right? Rain Collector uses parts, if I'm not mistaken. Alternatively, so does one of these, but... This should be done soon, and if it's not, well, hey, I don't think we're actually gonna make it. I'll take a look. No, because we need it now, so you know what? Yeah, we're slowly running out of food. But what can I do? I mean, there's a vegetable. There's a vegetable? Yeah, vegetables patch here. Directly for the purposes of getting food. And it is a walk away, but... Yeah, you know what? Let's just leave this here for the moment. I can instead take away a woodcutter's camp. That means that these beavers have to go elsewhere. Do I want them to go elsewhere? Probably, right? Here would have been great for pipes too, but we already used it for this. Which we do still want and need, but... Hey. Yeah, let's just take the decreased wood production, and then that gets rid of the hostile. That solves my resolve issue for the moment, but we can start making beaver houses if we care, but what I'm really sad about is not being able to solve this. We'll rebuild it now, but a bit late. Going into year 4, and we have not made any progress. No orders, rip. Again, that was due to me re-rolling. I'm pretty sure the game gave me what I needed to try and succeed, but I chose not to use it. Alternatively, plant fiber. If I get maybe a thingy, something for oil, just primarily oil. We'll do oil stuff, but we'll see. In the meanwhile, make the rest of this. Actually, didn't I disable that? So let's actually enable skewers. We're not going to finish this, are we? So I'll move this over to this. Just so we can maybe make use of this, but we'll see if they actually finish this in time. Nope. So we'll have them work on these vegetables. Great vegetables. Move this over for a moment because we want to make a road here, theoretically speaking. We can, right? Yeah, we can. If I could. We don't have any free builders at the moment, but it's fine. We could also put a warehouse close to this, but this is pretty much what we're doing for the moment. So once this finishes... Wow, you are really a ways off. This will finish too. But not much we can do. If this has to stay here, I'm going to be quite sad, actually. Okay. Costs 1 plank, but it's worth it. Yeah, there's no way to really reconcile this, so we'll put it closer here. Right? Closer here. Closer here. And we'll do our best. So starting from year 4. I don't think they'll be able to use all of these fields, but we'll do our best. By the way, this is about to finish 2. But we'll wait until it gets really low. Pretty much gonna wait for it to hit 4 or 3, and then we will we'll do a thing. We'll disable. So do that. Deactivate. Actually, they would have to deliver the good. Well, it's not like we need these, but we do want to get the frogs ready for the storm season. Nothing we can do here. What do I want more? What do I use? What can I use this resin for? Anything? Not really. But if we could, it would probably be for, yeah, coats. So we do want to keep them in the back for the moment. And then with all of that plant fiber, we can make fabric. Theoretically speaking, yeah. What else can we use with it? That's that. This. So we can still keep them kind of equal here. Otherwise, I could primarily focus on, well, if I could make the carpenter, I can make the carpenter. We can... This is going to be weird carpenter, but I think it still works, right? Yeah, we can make tools and open up these caches. How many do we have? 1. Oh, just the 1. But we need to start opening. We need to start getting reputation points. Kind of important, just a little bit important. We can use this for it, and if possible, hey, it would be great to make luxury goods to sell stuff. But very interesting settlement, basically, we have here at the moment. But we'll continue making sure. There goes all of our fabric. Hello, Farluff. So let's just confirm what we have here, because the thing is, with the frog hearth keeper, which I probably should switch out for someone, we could be doing something. We could be doing something else, is what I'm trying to say. We don't even have anything to sell. I'm just kind of taking a gander here, but hey. Plus to resolve if I had the thing, but I don't. So otherwise, this would be nice for the the farm. But no, we can't sell anything. So we're just kind of looking and being sad. Alternatively, I could start setting up these trade routes, which I probably should have done earlier with the power packs of provisions. You know what? Actually, don't I have? Yeah, don't. I'm just sitting on herbs here. Where do these herbs come from? Actually, I'm curious. I don't actually remember. Foragers Camp. That would have to be from these, right? It was from those. So you know what? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll leave a free builder because we probably need more houses. We do need more houses. So we'll primarily work on beaver houses for the moment. Or frog houses. Blech. We do need beaver houses too. That would probably be not a bad idea. Gotta find a place to put them though. As we clear space around the hearth so we can put more settlements in. So 1, 2... Oh, I did a 3x3 there. It's fine. We can put this on top of that. It's fine. I just want them close enough to the warehouse so we can do stuff. And I cleared this in the middle. I was... Oh, no, okay, good, I didn't. So you guys can go over here. Don't you have pipes, actually? I do want 8 pipes. So you know what we're gonna do? We're going to... sell something. Probably these planks, if possible. No, not enough. Unless I only want 4 pipes. Do I even... Because insects and that, but we don't have that. I guess it's fine. It's not really. Oh, wait. By the way, we're making barrels, by the way. So you know what would be a not bad idea? Making trade goods to sell. We'll start accumulating them now, but hey. And yeah, with this we can upgrade the mine. So we'll just do the... We'll do the upgrade for resources. These other ones are interesting, but... we don't need the speed. We need the amount. So yeah. And I think these barrels will primarily be trade goods. Otherwise, we're not using them for anything. How many do we have right here? 220. Nope. Anything else? Nope. Hopefully we can wait. I guess we'll see. We'll swap this so we can have some extra resolution. More newcomers, but not anything much. With that said, we don't have any parts, do we? No, we don't. Do you sell parts long-lasting? Well, you do. So for the purposes of the parts, let us actually try to sell something. I do need these for the tools. Yeah. 1 second left, and I didn't check. I think it's 4 per 3. I mean, we could check it here. I don't know why I was so worried. So 6 for 2. 6 for 2, and if we say we only had 42, we can make... I went crazy. Hold on, let me calculate again. Yeah, so 7, so we can make 14 copper. We can make 14 copper bars. I keep putting in copper, I'm going crazy. 14, that's not enough, so we actually need all that copper. So yeah, not worth... Well... I don't want to sell these, though. Well, do I? Because if I use these parts would be used to basically speed up the gathering of everything, in a sense. But nah, you know what? Yeah, let's just... Bye, Farluff. So I've made the call. That being said, yeah, skewers for bats, but we're not going to get enough here. So, yeah, this resolve is in a lot of trouble. But that's the decision I've made. We need more wood, by the way. We are burning coal, right? Okay, we are. And then we're making more houses because we need them. Yeah, 5 free builders. I should actually make it 4 only. And there's something I said I wanted to do aside from this. Yeah, because I could put all the beavers in this forester's hut. But we'll have them work on this first. With 4, they should be able to use all of these farm fields, right? Am I going crazy here? Also, I said I wanted to replace this. It probably will be a bat, funny enough. That's not going to do much, but it'll be something. So funny enough, I do need more villagers, but I think for the moment we're still fine. We'll put 1 beaver here to start making tools, theoretically speaking, even though we've used up all of our planks, but hey. Yeah, if they're not making planks, they can make trade goods, which is fine. And let's actually... actually, we have free builders, so... Ow! It's because I did lock them out of the thing, but hey. Next one requires pipes, which we could make through the use of copper bars that we're making, but I want the tools because I want the reputation points now. If that means anything. You see, no salt, more stuff. Yeah, we could do this so I can start making copper bars. Funny enough, we'll use coal instead. Could also use sea marrow, but I guess we'll just prioritize the... Is that prioritize? I can't tell. Anywho. Either way, we want to start making copper bars if possible. These beavers, on the other hand. Not much we can do. We're going to stick at hostility 2. Yeah, and I think we just kind of wait here for a moment. Can't really cut into another glade when I haven't made any reputation, which is not good for me. Out of curiosity, when is the next trader coming? Late into year 4, if even that. So this is gonna be, yeah, this is gonna be a long settlement if I don't do something, if I don't take dire measures. Not that I have much else I can do though, so, hey. Are we really not gonna make copper bars, by the way? Grill. We have to wait for the copper bars. We also have to wait for everything else. But at least we're bringing back the broccoli bacon. And we'll see what happens. Do we get any of everything? Fishing, bleh. Completing Forbidden Glade event lowers the hostility, which is nice. I had to shift my phone for a moment. No. Impatience grows 30% slower every time a trade route finishes, which might actually need that, the hostility lowering. I am planning to cut into that Forbidden Glade, right? Am I? Yeah, in fact, there are 2 sitting next to each other, so, yeah. I'll think about it. That being said, we can, this crystallized dew will eventually turn into tools as well. So basically, cutting into a lot of glades is in our far future, if we make it that far, because we are having a food problem. Which means the sooner I open this cache, the better, the next blueprint I can get quickly. But we'll see about that, won't we? So yeah, I think I'll take secure perimeter, because at some point I'm going to cut into those forbidden glades down there, but boy, is it going to take a while. So, we'll cut that, but we will also move this back over here so we can finish off this root node. I think will this one also be finished? I guess we're going to find out. And then there's this stray clay node here as well. I said I needed drizzle water. I lied to myself. Kiana. I could also enable luxury, but for who? No one, because I wouldn't be able to get blue resolve anyway. So, yeah. We can try to make use of a trade route. Unfortunately, it doesn't get me much at the moment. I still probably should use it, though. So, we are going to use it. We don't have any more herbs, so rip our provisions, but meh. And then there's something I'm forgetting. Wow, we can't even make enough tools until this does its work. Yeah, I really regret it. Theoretically, I should have also set up this field kitchen because I probably could have made something. You don't get more food out of it, but it makes it so that you can get resolve. I understand the use of the field kitchen. I'm pretty sure, anyway. But while we're here, we'll move this down here. We're over here, doesn't really matter. And let's do our best. So, we still don't have anything for more bricks, but we do need to use them anyway. So we'll use them. We'll make probably 10 more bricks, so 28-ish. Go a little bit over. Let's see. We have frog shelters, but we're missing other shelters at the moment. So we'll do this. And then we'll make another frog shelter. I will be getting more villagers. I might as well set these up now. And we'll see what happens. Oh goodness, my body! So that they finished that. Now I can move this back up here. We're doing our best over here in this flax field, although do these count for soil reclamation as well? I feel like they do. Yeah, I really regret not taking one of the farms in my first blueprint rule. I knew better. I saw planks and I was like, I'll take planks, but from what I feel, if you see a blueprint and you decide to reroll or take another blueprint, you won't be seeing that blueprint for a while. That's the essential gist of what I understand from the game, from my understanding. Let's eat these insects, by the way. Otherwise, we're going to go hungry, which we already are going hungry. We'll find out. So no more stone. Actually, I wasn't getting any stone. They were just sitting there, not doing anything. But there's only 2 charges left, so meh. And yeah, we don't need the space up here. We do need this space. Yeah, probably double yield, just so that I can make use of the very limited resources that I may or may not have. Probably should have actually started getting to work cutting into this Forgotten Glade. Actually, I have Farsight, don't I? I do. Oh boy, though, this is a thing. This is a trial that I'm going through of my own making. I think if that's the case, let's... So I can only make one more small warehouse. Really, though, I should be making a hearth instead. And then a warehouse, of course, but I think I need this, so we'll make it. Give them priority, and we only have 1 builder, but you know, they're doing their best. I could remove someone, especially during clearance. Yeah, we'll do it during clearance season, I think. No stonecutters camp, just more fertile soil, theoretically speaking. No, because I didn't leave in any space, question mark? But we can knock this down, and I think just make another woodcutters. But for the moment, we'll have them work on other stuff. So let's see here. No, we need woodcutters because we're actually running lower on wood every minute. Now the question is, where can I take beavers away from? Not really anywhere, funny enough. This crude workstation is probably our best chance. But even then, let's fill it up with the whole 3. Yeah, there's no way enabling this consumption allows me to do stuff, right? Well, hey. So now impatience should be slowed, question mark? But yeah, we are in a bit of trouble here because we're not getting any resolve. I think... Are we gonna be okay here? Yeah, we'll let them continue working for a moment, but I think we just want to start cutting immediately. We'll cut closer to this side so that we can open the small glade, get the benefit from Farsight, and then cut into the Forgotten Glade, theoretically speaking. We spawn more fertile soil. Unfortunately, we can't use it, but hey. What we can do is double up on this flax field now, though. So we will. Oh my goodness. Almost didn't even see where it was. Yeah, like this. With the mimwa. Yeah. Oh man, the pain. I'm in so much pain. Yeah. That being said, we can set up another trade route if for no other reason. Hey, we can sell our resin. Yeah, we'll sell our resin. We're not using it anywhere. We might as well toss it. Well, I say toss it, but that you do get your efficiency's worth of amber from doing that. It's just, yeah, we need more food. I don't think even putting it anywhere else would help us, because this is the most fertile soil we have. Especially in relation to its proximity to the hearth and the warehouse. But anywho. Let's see here. We'll enable 2 free builders. How much shelter space do we have? 7 frogs, 3 free. Didn't we build a thingy-majiggy? We did, but... Oh no, that's 10 and then 7 for frog. Okay, yeah. I think I calculated that somewhat right. Anywho. I should actually just put both woodcutters down here, but we'll clear up a little bit of this area. Do you have enough tools? We only have 8 tools. I'm so sad. Through all fault of my own. Actually, how many of these crystallite do is ready? 6. So for all intents and purposes, I could... Nah. Funny enough, need more beavers, and we are seeming to get more beavers, so we have not gotten the next one. So actually, what do I want? Can we even make boots really quickly? I should ask myself that question. I thought I looked this up earlier. I did not. But assuming we could, we would need leather or scales, neither of which I think even drop on this map. No, leather drops, but no scales, it seems. Fish, but no scales. Need to turn on light. My eyes! We also need to put someone in this hearth, which will probably be a frog. And let's see what else we can do. So, yeah, basically gonna just move a bunch of these houses over here. Not the rain collector, the houses. In fact, these frogs don't even need to be here. Yeah, we'll clear them up for about the next minute or two. Just so that when the storm season comes, we can do a thing. But we also want to move a bunch of stuff. Don't we have... Yeah, we have enough to do make another neighborhood level. But let me just make sure. So 2. I think we need. No, we don't. No, 14. Yeah, no, we barely have enough. So 14. So just throw 2 more in here, shelters, and we should be good to go. So and then let's move this over here. Oh my goodness, we did not cut this. Oh, I mean we could put it on the fertile soil here, but hey. Mirror it. Mirror. But more importantly, yeah, clearing up some space here. Excuse me. 14, right? 14? Yeah, 14. And then we do this for the sake of making things look pretty. And resolve, but you get the point. Ouch, I don't have any planks, really? That makes me so sad. Also, technically, you need a road here, but it's fine. With that said, we have newcomers sitting here, by the way. Not that we can really use them anywhere. But I guess we'll find out, right? Yeah, can't really even put them anywhere. The frogs can just be on the rain collector if for no other reason than resolve, but that does cut into our food supply, which we are slowly running even lower on. In fact, we need actually more now. Do we have enough parts? Wow, we don't even have enough parts. When is this trader coming? I put it over here. After the storm, which is gonna be a doozy. We'll have enough food for at least the first half of the storm. It's afterward that I'm a bit worried about, but hey. And we'll find out what else we can do. Otherwise, I should just cut into this glade now. We're going to cut into the forbidden one. So, probably going to cut into the small glade during the storm. After the storm, we cut into the forbidden glade, just in case we get a cut. I mean, we could wait until after the storm in both cases. But I'm worried about the food situation, which we probably already need to worry about. In fact, I could have controlled the food consumption earlier, but I didn't. But it's too late now. So we got the Thunderblight Shard. We get a 15% chance of... 9% chance of double yields. I think that's additive to any that you may already have, right? Get 3 impatience points. Longer storm duration, which also amounts in impatience points. This might be death for me, considering that I... Yeah, basic housing. If we do specialized housing, sure, but we don't have bat housing, so I think I'll take this instead. Oof. Hopefully I'm not making a bad decision here, but I'm going to make the call. So, we don't have long left, but hey, I think we have en route, so I thought we do have the impatience slowdown from a thing. But hey, yeah, and then we take super resolve damage here. I can opt to burn something. I can also opt to let go of a lot of these woodcutters, but until our resolve hits negative, we'll make use of the resolve we have, essentially. We have extra provisions. Do I want to do anything with them? Probably. But we'll wait until near the storm's end. Yeah, if we had a longer storm, this might have been bad for us. At least I think so. We're also sitting on a bunch of plant fiber. Actually, we aren't, because I think... No, never mind, we're not. We don't have enough sys to really justify making a blight post yet, so we'll just leave things as they are. We have 4 free builders who aren't doing anything. But we don't have the parts to use them anyway, so I guess I could just put them in the carpenters or something for the moment. I probably should, considering that I can do a thing. Yeah, I think we'll just do this. Make use of them. Better to make more now than try to milk a little bit more, but not get them quickly. This is a thing, right? I mean, alternatively, I could just do this. That way we can make efficient use of it. And we have one lone woodcutter here, but it's fine. And yeah, pretty much at the end of this storm... there's something I'm forgetting to do, but it's fine, I guess. If I missed out on so many resources, I should remember that when I'm doing soil reclamation. I can do this. So, yeah, didn't matter which farm I picked. Having a farm is better than not. I don't know why I was looking for plantation when I knew, because it's not like... If there was only one farm, because for those who don't know or may have skipped ahead, or just to review the situation, you get 3 blueprints at the beginning. I click my first blueprint, and I see Herb Garden and Forester's Hut immediately. So at that point, I should have already... If it was only one, maybe it could have been okay, maybe I'll get the other one. Even if it's the Forester's Hut, I can at least make use of this fertile soil. I've now missed probably 6 years of fertile soil if I don't get my resolve fixed in a moment here. But you get the point. It was pretty bad. By the way. Yeah, I only need to just discover it to benefit here. I would like to move the hearth, but We'll move it after we settle everything in this year, pretty much, is the thought. Alternatively, yeah, if I could get enough tools to actually open this up, that would have helped earlier too, but basically from year 6 is when we can possibly make use of all the fertile soil. Yeah, time to beam breaks, and this is not as bad, but we'll see. Yeah, might as well. 9 minutes, but we can make use of it. Where are all these provisions coming from again? It's not like I was making any more of them, was I? Not that I can right now, but you get the point. So here's a small glade. More fertile... Hey, we get a salt vein finally, though. Small hostility decrease, but it's mainly the resistance that you're looking for there. Otherwise, if I took this, I'm pretty sure I can push blue resolve. So I will. We need it now, and it's technically tear down here is a resolve option for me, in my opinion. I will use stones instead, actually. Actually, I should have used a frog. You know why? Because I need to do stuff. Let's do a swap over here. I do still want to keep this woodcutter's camp somewhere, because I probably want to just put a bunch of beavers in there at some point, but for the moment... And then, yeah, we don't have enough parts for that, but we don't have enough parts in general, so... Funny enough, I think I did need more newcomers. Actually, aren't we sleeping on some... Aside from this woodcutter's camp, aren't we sleeping on two parts? I feel like we were. But anywho. War Beast... Clay Pit. So now we have an infinite source of clay, reed, and resin. We already have resin, but I guess more wouldn't hurt. And then we have 2 extra rep points available if we can make use of any of that stuff. We have a 2-star pond and then more fertile soil. No. And then we need amber. Oh, well, here's where we use all the resin. We need to actually take this one because, yeah. Now, thankfully, our time to complete this is relatively quick, but we need the thing. Have we already called a trader? I think we have, right? Have we? Let's ask the question. No, but Zorg is about to come, so we can be... There are 2 pawns here, by the way. It's so unfortunate that we can't use any of them. Oh, man. Oh, dang it. Here's the herb garden, by the way. A bit late. We have a bunch of trade goods, though, so hey, that's the... Positive question mark? And we can just build a bunch of resolve. That being said, can I even get all of this? I can. The reason why I want to do that, this is really important, but it's also important for us to clear the event. I think we can, right? Hold on, let me just check really quickly. 24 amber, 24, 16, 16 plus 9, 25. So we have 25 left. Or actually... Let me calculate again. Let's just calculate. So 24 plus 19, right? 24, 19, 43. So we need 43 amber. 43, so 31. Nope, I'm going crazy. 34, 43 amber. Sell all these trade goods, finally. And yeah, it would be great to make food from this, but I think just the immediate food buy is better for me. We're gonna find out. Well, the biscuits are the most important thing first. I think it's just I think it's just biscuits and paste. I think I'll buy raw food afterward, depending. Yeah, depending. So I think the vegetables, right? Because I can grab insects is the thought behind my thinking. Just use some plant fiber. And then we'll buy the herb garden. And yeah, if we have people working everywhere, but we can make use of this farmland finally. Roots and herbs. So we're a root herb place. By the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we only need one here, theoretically speaking. If we can't make it, sure, but hey, we're self-sufficient, which means we can actually use less camps, theoretically speaking. Like this, like having 2 harvesters camps here. But let's just ask the question because we're not. Yeah, I mean, I could also put I could put a farm here. That would probably be more distance efficient. There's literally a warehouse and a hearth right next to this farm. If I put one here, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, I think I need 2 farms here because yeah, that's too much space for 1 farm. Question mark. Alternatively, I mean, I guess when this mine runs out, if and when it runs out, no, this mine should last us pretty much the whole game. Theoretically speaking. Yeah, funny enough now. Well, I mean, we're not using a lot of this rain, but I want to see if... We're definitely going to push blue resolve. Let's actually enable all consumption, by the way. Because otherwise we won't benefit at all. And we still want to use these tools up. So... yeah, also we're using planks to make tools. That's why I don't have any planks, but that's the decision I made. But if we come to a point where we use everything, I mean, at this point, we have opened all we needed to open. Theoretically, I could open this Forbidden Glade too, but I don't think I want to do that. So we have 24 amber, yeah, 52 resin. Shouldn't be using the resin anywhere, so really we're just sitting here waiting. And we probably want to use this clay pit at some point. But that's a worry for another time. And then effectively I want to move this hearth down here. Yeah, that's the thought. We also don't need to continue making trade goods, theoretically speaking, but it's not such a bad thing. Actually, I need planks, so we are going to tone them down for a moment. I will sell these trade goods, though. I will do that. Yeah, we'll see. Theoretically speaking, if I wanted to just make 1, I could use the seed pouch, but there's not enough amber. So, oh, I'm dying. In joke. So, let's see here. Anything else that they share in between them? Not really, right? So just more vegetables, I guess? Because that does give us more food overall. Right? Am I saying that right? Anywho. Let me not pull the trigger really quickly. I mean, we'll do that, but let me take a quick look at this grill. We also don't have as many things. So salt, resin, and there is a salt vein. So eggs, fish, or meat. Hello. We'll take the eggs. And we'll have them try not to eat the eggs. If possible. Alternatively, I could just use up all this plant fiber. But, because that's not a infinite resource, theoretically speaking, we won't do that. And let's actually disable eggs here. I should also disable vegetables, but... yeah, actually, disable all of that for the moment, because we don't really... aside from maybe roots, but... And we do want to make this next herb garden. Yeah. Should I have not made this one then? I guess it's too late now. It's not too late. I could have also gone here. We need more villagers. Hey, you know what? Now I actually do need more. I do need more newcomers. So herb garden up here or herb garden down here? Probably down here. Yeah, I actually put them down here. We do need planks though. So actually for a moment, that's all the tools we'll need at the moment. Well, we need more, but yeah, I need the planks right now. So, in fact, when they get finished with those tools, I want to put them in the gardens. And here comes the blue resolve. It's gonna be very slow, but this is the resolve I should have been getting a long time ago that I didn't because of my own inefficiency. Goodness. So, where are we are we making scrolls at all? No, we're not, right? Oh my goodness, please. Clickety-clack keyboard. Yeah, we can use plant fiber instead, and then we can use the wine, theoretically, but... it's not gonna be that much more. We have a lot of... we basically have all the plant fiber we should need for this, thingy. Also, that's right. This does turn into fertile soil. But as I said, it's not like we need all of it. We have more than we should need for this map. Although if I were going on for an infinite amount of time, theoretically speaking, no, I didn't need it. But while we're here, I don't think we're going to make any more, but I might as well set up the gardens so that I can do stuff. I mean, it's not like I have a forager's hut anyway, so all I can really make are herb gardens. Assuming I even have the planks to do so. Which is not happening at the moment, so let's just focus planks, as I said earlier. No, we don't have any. I'm gonna put them on always deliver at the moment, because we need to do that. And yeah, now we're kind of just sitting here for the moment. I think we have enough tools now, right? Yeah, we do. But we don't have any free people. Well, actually, this is more important. I want this reputation point right now, and the amber. In fact, I could have used the amber, but we do this. Yeah, this is going to take a bit of time. How much time do we have left on this? I thought there's a timer that says it does. 1 minute, but we haven't even started this event because they haven't even delivered the thingy-majiggies. So, hey. No farm fields. I forgot about that. Sorry. They shouldn't be making it all because we won't make it in time, so we'll just do like this for the moment. But we should hit Blue Resolve with the beavers here. Are we not going to hit Blue Resolve here? We actually might not, because we're going to run out of this right here. The bats, on the other hand, are going to be just fine. We will get a reputation point off Resolve, 1 at least. What happens afterward is a completely different story. And yeah, we're leaving the frogs in there. I could do this. Yeah, we could do one of these two. I think I'll do... It doesn't matter, actually, does it? Yeah, because we're going to lose Resolve from this. That's a shame. So 1, 2... But we're going to lose 3 overall. Because we have 2 to gain from education, and we're going to lose 5. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess so. We get 2 here, lose 2. So we lose 2. So we want to boost frogs. The reason we boost frogs is because we'll keep pace for a while. The beavers will not hit blue because they're gonna lose this luxury bonus. I think. Did I do that right? Did I calculate that right? I guess we're gonna find out. Either way, we're trying to milk as many reputation points as possible. Is what I'm trying to do. Also, we need to make this mine. That's what I was also waiting for parts for. There's incense as well. Yeah, so they're about to benefit from religion as well. Theoretically speaking, I could turn this off, but because they're not going to benefit yet, they're not going to benefit yet. Here's the press. We don't have a plantation, but we do have plant fiber, kind of. Otherwise, no, we need clothing, right? If I recall correctly, yeah, we do. We also need some kind of service item, keeping in mind that in Alpha 2 or in DLC 2, you will be able to gain benefit from services without the building. That being said, do we even have anything? So what I would do is turn the fabric or the plant fiber into fabric, and then use the resin to make coats, which would benefit both beavers and bats. I think that's what we do here. Food is also still a concern of sorts, but we don't need complex food, right? No. So the clothing comes first. Services right after, but you get the point. Just put this somewhere. In fact, we could put this somewhere else. And also extend a path here just really quickly. But more importantly, I want to put the clothier. Oh my goodness. I cannot organize a city to save my life. Let's see here. Crude workstation. And then clothier. I feel like, did I forget a building? No, field kitchen doesn't technically count. I mean, it does count, but you get the point. I don't really need it at the moment. That being said, You know what we do need? Fabric. I think just 2 at the moment, right? Would like more, but only need 2. We don't have anyone free unless I take someone away. Preferably, probably right after this cache. Actually, no, we do this. So we only need 1 of them working, especially since it's so close. We can kind of just throw whatever. And away we go. So yeah, we didn't really get to plant much, but maybe it's good enough. Let's ask really quickly. 8 minutes, so pretty much in near clearance, probably end of Drizzle. Theoretically speaking, I had to look to the side for a moment. Yeah, we don't need. Copper bars is not exclusive to any one recipe, right? Let me learn more as a beginner right now. No. I'm going crazy. No, right? It's not exclusive. So, theoretically speaking, I don't need any more. In fact, I could sell all this crystallized dew if a trader lets me sell it. Otherwise, I can turn it into something else that I can use to make trade goods, theoretically. Even though I have a bunch of barrels that I'm sitting on, but you get the point. I'm still sitting on technically a bunch. Yeah, I'm sitting on a bunch of barrels. I don't think I'm even using them anywhere, right? I don't have any recipes for them at the moment. I think. Oh, let me search this up before I forget. Incense. Assuming I could. No, it doesn't need containers. So instead, I mean, I could have searched this. This would have been the easier solution. Trade goods or wine, which would be appreciated for beavers and frogs. So I'll keep that in the back of my mind. But then we need a source of the other half, which would probably be a plantation. Assuming we can even get that. Elsewhere is just turning into trade. Like literally it's just turning into trade goods. Tea, no one needs tea. Ale is beaver, but then we'd use roots for it. So I guess we'll keep on the lookout for wine or ale. Preferably wine, but then we need berries or something. Which does mean, actually, that I should, if I haven't already disabled it, yeah. Disable the thingy. The everything but pretty much roots. But while everyone else is benefiting from complex food for at least clearance season, we should be fine. I should actually forbid anything but skewers from the bats. But they're actually benefiting quite immensely from it, so yeah, we are favoring the frogs for the moment for a reason. Oh my goodness, you guys are waiting for 1 resin. Please tell me you guys finish this before clearance season ends. You don't. Yeah, you guys are quite a ways away. Where are you? Okay, you guys are finally working on it. Oh my goodness, that was not good. Also, you know what we're doing here? I need to clear open a path. Probably over this way. So that I can actually make a path down and make things faster for everyone. Theoretically speaking. And yeah, we actually do need we do need more villagers. If for no other reason than to make a bunch of herb gardens and just go crazy making probably packs of crops. We don't have a building for it, but we have a bunch of roots for it. So hey. 5, right? So we have cloth. Funny enough, now that gives us the cloth we needed. Do we have the parts we need is the other question. Yes. So we'll have you guys work in this mine for the salt. And I'm also a little figuratively salty, but you know what? We'll deal. Yeah, so now eventually we do need these, we need these tools. Priority? Am I getting the priority wrong? Anywho. Let's make these tools. Alternatively, we can continue making planks as well, but hey. And then we have frogs just sitting in here, but that's for resolve. What else did we get? Where's the wine? There's more wine, and here's ale and wine. Do we use dew anywhere? Well, technically, coal for dew, or dye. And then we can make more trade goods to sell off if we need to, but... so, and then here's the ale. My beard. Yeah, that would be great. This is interesting too because I can finally make pickled goods for the beavers, but we need the service items first. My next question is, hold on really quickly. We have the lumber mill to make scrolls, and so it would be great to make wine instead of ale. And the reason for that is because we have two races that share it. The problem is that we don't have a sustainable source of this. Of the liquid for the wine. It would have to be the berries. And we can make quite a bit and wait for another trader. My question is, when is the next trader coming? It's not the right one. It's not. It's Farloff. Farloff. Anywho, let's see here. So yeah, I mean, we can make the dye. I think we do dye wine if possible. I mean, the tinctuary is the end-all be-all, but pickled goods is also great, so we can make use of the roots that we will be farming left, right, center. Yeah. Ale is the easiest thing to make, and that would help. I'm gonna take the cellar. Do I take the cellar? Yeah, take this. I mean, I was looking for any specializations. There weren't any. So instead, I think what we're gonna do is take this for better packs of provisions as well, maybe? Question mark. And yeah, we are gonna be happy. If we need to, we'll put another cellar over here. The reason why I put on this side is it's closer to the hearth entrance wise. So yeah. And hey, and we can finally make use of all these barrels we're getting from the perk that we've created for ourselves. Preferably we want to do that, but otherwise use everything but that. Are we using these anywhere else? Actually, we are, right? For skewers? Yeah. So instead use eggs and then roots, but preferably eggs first. This is primarily just berries, the reeds too, sure. And then if... yeah, we'll just do packs of provisions there, that's fine. And then theoretically I would like to add pipes here, but I didn't do that, so... Not that I particularly need it, because that means I need to set up a blight post soon, but that's not so bad either. So yeah, I know we're sitting on a bunch of barrels and plant fiber, but that's fine, kind of. For the no, we'll just set up another farm now. I didn't look. Can they make all of this? I feel like they could, but I'm not sure. I'm not certain, sorry. Is what the exact phrase I should say. Otherwise, I said it was going to be here. Otherwise, I could put the farm over here instead, and then we'll just move this trading post over here because we don't need it. Yeah, I mean, then this hearth could just stay here. I only really opened this Forbidden Glade to also just benefit from the... Wait, they're not done. Yeah, that's another one. But when they are done, we have the cornerstone for that. Anywho, moving on. Let's put these houses somewhere else because we want to make a farm here, theoretically speaking. 6 slots, but we should be fine. Otherwise, we can clear... If this gets cleared... I mean, the settlement should be over before that moment, but if it isn't, then we want to make sure this clears out during Drizzle for more fertile soil, because it apparently works that way. Anywho, moving on. Yeah, because by the time we set up this next herb garden and these farm fields, I think... we can also overlap just a bit here, but I don't think we're going to... actually, the hearth is in the way, but... we can do this instead. I think we can do a little switcheroo here. Can we still do a switcheroo? Kind of, but not really. No, we can't. Never mind, I lied. We'll move it later on if need be, but for the moment... yeah, we'll add some weird paths in between. And we'll see what happens. Do we have anything else we're sitting on? No. No. I think we have these upgraded, right? Yeah, we do. No one at this clothier because I didn't leave anyone open. Although, yeah, it's a bit late. Actually, let's do this. Did I leave? Yeah, I did. So let's just have them make stuff like that, and hopefully we'll be okay from now on. Ow, my resolve. because we don't have any more paste, but that's to be expected. Yeah, we're missing boots, so rip when this happens, but that's not so bad. The frogs aren't really doing much. They are, but you get the point. Like, it's, they could be doing more, but they're not. And we're gonna run out of skewers anyway, because now we don't have any more sources of, the left-hand ingredient. We could try to make paste when we get the salt, but that's when we get the salt. And even if we could, we don't have the other stuff anyway. So, yeah. Moving on. Yeah, we barely don't have that. We can do this. We only have one provision, right, though? Yeah. Yeah. Anywho. Yeah, so now my resolve is all the way back down. Rip Trade Hub Cornerstone, but hey. Also, didn't we get a Blightstone thing? No, we didn't. What do we want here? Planting harvesting speeds increase. That's actually, like, yeah. But 4 charges to newly discovered gathering nodes. We're not really discovering anything anymore. We don't even need the scouts anymore, theoretically speaking. And if we do, it'll be we'd be opening glades to make use of the tools to get reputation points, which we might actually need. But rain engines. We essentially are planning to sell a bunch of stuff. Resources burn quicker. Destroys 2 gathering nodes. But we get a 5% increase. Newcomers bring 50% here. Yeah. Yeah. 25 amber worth of goods. I'm gonna keep my eye on that. That includes amber itself, funny enough, but you get the point. Yeah, we're gonna continue doing this, so I think we'll be okay. Question mark. We'll see. I did not do this for some reason. Upgrade mine. Which one? This one? I don't think we have any pipes for this, so funny enough, we can leave this mine here. Or I can do what I was finally going to do and make more farms. But while this mine is active, I would like to make use of it. Now, we do have tools for it, but I guess we should, right? Might as well make use of it. Yeah. Because we'll be getting, like, we're still getting crystallized dew from this forester's hut. So, yeah. I think we do this. 100 with minecarts, but then this gives us more. So we'll do that. And off we go. I don't know when we're going to use this salt, by the way. Unless a trader gives us stuff, we're not going to be able to use it much. But hey. And then let's finally move out of the way. But we'll also continue cutting. No, we're out of the way now. So instead, what we're going to do is cut here. Because we need space to put stuff in case we want to put stuff there. And then this path. This recording is going to be huge, by the way. I just realized. But hey. Move this trading post over here. We don't have a 2-star fishing hut because we don't have a 2-star fishing hut. And yeah, this path can just continue on this way. It's probably going to end here. And then we just do this. Although there is this clay pit here, so can we actually fit another? If I could actually fit another hearth here. It'd be at the edge of the map, but we could fit another one here. And really on top of this event, but we'll wait for that. Again, we have the resources to finish this map. We just haven't finished it yet. Where did these frogs come from? Well, we want these coats. In fact, we're not going to get these coats in time, which is the sad part. In fact, we don't even have the fabric to make the coats. So instead, you guys are going to go to the crude workstation. That's not the crude. Oh, that is. It's right next to each other. I am going crazy. Anywho, we'll just have you work on that for a moment. Now that being said, we're gonna eat it here, by the way. But I think we're still relatively fine. And while we're here, it depends on who's resolved. I think probably the beavers, right? Yeah, the beavers. So instead what we're going to do is, if we have spare beavers somewhere, funny enough, probably going to be the woodcutter's hub. No, the herb garden. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to put the beavers here for the sake of resolve. A little bit of resolve. And when need be, we'll make the swap to favor them. Theoretically speaking. Are we okay? Is everything else okay? Alternatively, we could put a lot of beavers in the mines, but we should be able to survive this. If we can't, I will be quite sad. Don't we have a frog here? Yeah, we do. So there's the Glade event. Hostility lowered as a result, kind of. Kind of. Actually, I should be cutting over here next if I wanted to lower more stuff, but we'll see. I could also opt to sacrifice some coal, but I don't want to, so hey. Also, I forgot to do this, but it's fine, I think. Oh yeah, trade routes are a lot slower during the storm. I forgot about that, but hey. We are getting stone from the mine as an extension, so we can do this. And I think we should be able to last. If we can't last, that'd be weird. Also, we need more shelter space, so yeah, we're gonna just make a few extra houses. Those are frog houses, yes I know, but we don't have the resources to make any other houses. Unless we want to make base shelters, which I can do too, I guess. As a stopgap measure. I don't know where this resolve came from, but I'll take it. Oh, because we made pickled goods. And then apparently some extra wine, because they finally made this stuff. They're very slow, but yeah. Ow. My face. Discovering a glade during a storm gives me more tools, which is actually quite nice. Otherwise, we can make mushrooms on farm fields now, finally. Protected trade. This is interesting too, because I will be selling stuff. Maybe I want to do that instead. Oh, I think all of these are okay, are at least okay. I'm gonna take protected trade, so why? Yeah, because I am making other stuff as a result of stuff. So I'm gonna take protected trade and lower hostility. Theoretically speaking, I think a trader should be visiting us this season, if I'm not mistaken. I threw it all the way down here. Actually, I could just go into a menu, but I like just hovering over 4 minutes. So yeah, into clearance season is when we see the trader, and I think he is selling service goods. So we would like to use that. We'll use the amber for any cornerstones that will really help us out. But if we don't get any, yeah, mushrooms would have been an interesting pick, but we didn't pick it. And so now we're sitting here, just wondering what to do with our lives. I should actually just make another cellar. We aren't actually making things fast enough to sustain 40 plus citizens. It will be soon. That being said, did I make everything I needed to make? Kind of. Not really, though. And I also do need pipes, because I want to... the production speed, even though we might get blight rot cysts, will probably be worth it here. So yeah, let's actually do this really quickly. But in the meantime... yeah, we need to make these shelters first. I mean, we could actually just plop them. Yeah, let's just plop them here. That's the trade route, giving me more amber. I can actually sell more now. And yeah, all these barrels if possible. But we're not making more packs of provisions, sadly enough. So... But I think we're still getting... I feel like I had that cornerstone, but if I don't, hey. Also, we could do this when possible. I probably do. Even if I don't end up using this, actually, you know what? I don't know why I'm just not just checking what I can use for it. Clothier for water skins, but I need to give off... Oh, no, I don't. But there's no leather scales anywhere, so never mind. Otherwise, flour and salt for biscuits, but that's a field kitchen. So it would be... Yeah, but then yeah. It's much appreciated when I can finally use the salt, but... Farlough. It's Farlough and not Sahilda or Zorg. So... In fact, I don't need you two here, so you know what? We'll take them off. They were only using stormwater at the moment. I don't know why I have people in the rain collectors. I mean, I know why, but it's because I forgot. If that's the case, as we get more people here... 6 or 6, with cloth or wheat and stone and plant fiber, but we'll take the cloth. Yeah, we'll take the cloth. Because beavers. So we'll finally make this stuff. We don't want to do this, because we need all of that for the moment. And we'll actually put someone else in the carpenters. Anything else I can do? Kind of. I mean, there's always farms around. So you know what? I think we'll use this farm next. We'll put the beaver house here. They should be able to handle this many farm fields. There's a couple here too. If that's the case, I think I put it in between here, right? And I can hit them both. I mean, yeah, that's more than enough. And then frog, or bat, but frog bat. Yeah, go. And yeah, we just need to make these shelters. We'll be housed, or everyone will be housed, theoretically speaking. We're sitting on just no one doing... Oh, we're on fell all trees for some reason. Now, I was like, why am I never getting any warnings about, hey, the woodcutters camp has no stuff? It's because I did that. Also, you know what I also didn't do? No, apparently we are, but hey. But yeah, when those shelters are done, I think we just want to make another cellar here. Because we are literally setting on so many barrels. How much until our next Trouble Blight? Thunder Blight shards. Only forged 3, and I'm forging the 3rd one right now. It's probably going to be this harvesting one. Hopefully we get it soon before Farlough comes, because otherwise I'm not going to benefit before this. You know, alternatively, I could have made 2 separate mines if I wanted to try be fancy, but hey, there we go. So, I think I want this one, right? Because I'm not really discovering any new nodes. It would be interesting, but no. 7 packs of provisions, yes, that would allow me to sell things more. But I do have a lot of fertile soil. We're on... If there is a reason not to take planting and harvesting speed increase on a map that has soil reclamation, this 9 out of 10 times, I would like to hear the reason, actually. I'd be very interested. But otherwise... No, not that. Even though... do those count as produced? No, that's from a cornerstone, right? I wouldn't think it counts. Used and not produced. Otherwise, I mean, yeah. If I set up pipes, sure. Technically this as well, but I will be selling things instead. Actually, wait, what? Is this better than this? Well, if I'm using trade routes... Well, we're going to do this one. Yeah, we're going to do that one. Planting, harvesting speeds increased. And those are our cornerstones. And this map should be complete by year 8. If it's not, I've steered this in the wrong direction. Anywho, we're also getting hostility decreases per things sold, right? I believe. And we're not making any bricks, so I forgot about that. We need to make bricks. We have more than enough fabric, I would wager. And we actually are doing a thing here. We don't need to use that much rainwater though. We will need a blight post probably next year, unless I just use a bunch of pipes now, but we'll see what that happens. And I really miss not using stuff. Anywho, I think we'll just stuff you two in here. It's gonna be a while before we get the bricks needed. Ooh, had a sneeze. Anywho. Yeah, we can't make any more wine anyway, so we're just gonna make as many pickled goods as possible. And then packs of provisions. We're just gonna double up on cellars. We'll even deactivate this. Will this complete? No. No, the answer is no. So Farlough is coming soon. We have 72 amber and 42 trade goods. If this doesn't help me out, also we have another farm field here. So technically, if I don't even want to use this mine, I don't have to use it. I can throw beavers in here for resolve, but I think they have to be working, right? If I recall correctly. Anywho. And then there's more fertile soil here. If and when I decide to make a small hearth here, which I can do. I can also do it here. But then I need to open this. In fact, we have like 36 tools. I don't know why I have not been opening these. I want to open this one though, because I want to open it here because if I cut here, I can throw a hearth here. Cut into this Forbidden Glade on year 7 or 8, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So, storm duration decrease, reputation increase, extra resolve for ale, but I took... No, I have ale. No, I don't. I lied. I might get it as a blueprint, but if I don't, that's going to be really sad. So instead, woodcutters move fast. I mean, I would just buy all of this, but we'll see. I'm going to just take the... I'll take this at least. Storm duration. We should be able to fight off the storm duration, although that does hurt me impatience-wise. How much to sell? Yeah, well, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. Actually, let me take a look. Because already a 30% increase to speed, harvesting speeds is, yeah, that's pretty good. We can make it a lot faster though if I use, yeah, because, Let me take a quick peek at stuff. Every 30 amber, hostility decreases, and then we can decrease it to 3. Probably even, no, yeah, 3. Comfortably. Yeah, let's just do all this first and find out. We'll take the service goods, because essentially we're buying service goods to buy resolve and reputation. Ow, I can't even buy it all. So we'll use some of our amber. There's the resolve, and there's the hostility decrease. And then the farming speeds. Yeah, I guess I will take this and this. We'll use the rest of the amber because theoretically speaking, we're going to be using the we're likely going to be using the thingamajiggy anyway. We'll just use a bit of salt here. And out of curiosity, I think you can see it under this effect. 45% planting harvesting speeds. So hey. Don't know how much faster. I should actually look at the actual numbers at some point, but hey. Also, do we have enough tools? No, not yet. Not now. So instead, we sit here and wait. When I make this hearth here, theoretically speaking, I can put another farm here if needed. Also, we have a clay pit here that I have not yet salvaged. I should probably salvage it. I'm gonna salvage it right now. And let's see. And then I could extend this mine. No wait, do you sell pipes actually? No, you don't. Never mind. I was lied to by myself. Anywho. Yeah, I used a bunch of tools to upgrade this to level end of the settlement level, basically. And then we're making tools left, right, and center here. How many reputation points is this actually giving me? I feel like I could do a lot more than I'm doing right now, but hey. Part of that is I could just be making more trade goods, but meh. Yeah, I know, dog. I could be making more trade goods. Also, I could now buy more stuff from Farlough. I can even do this, if I could. Or I could do that, but either way. And then skewers if I really want to, but we don't have any more packs and provisions, so sadness. What we could do, though, because we just made more trade goods, is buy more stuff. Because it'll be a while before the next trader comes, and by the time the next trader comes, unless we call for them, we are probably... Yeah, so what we're actually going to do is probably just buy amber here. No point using amber to buy amber, you're at a loss. We'll ask for one more, and then just add a pinch of salt, literally. And away we go. Yeah, I know! Yeah, I know! Sometimes it's a neighbor. Sometimes it's something else. I guess we'll see. Also, yeah, we could use this now. We can't move it, unfortunately. But we can do stuff. So, enjoy Barking Dog. This is what a stream-like video is. It even happens during stream anyway. So if you've seen for anyone who's watching this video who's been to a stream of mine, you've heard dogs before. That being said, we did unlock something else. We can use nothing from that. We can't get meat. We can't get leather. Can we really not get any of that? Roots, right? Yeah, it's roots or resin or herbs, but obviously we don't see anything here, so rip. Alternatively, we now have fishing. We can now make use of the ponds, and those are the things that we can use right now. What about this? We can use herbs for this. And coal for incense for the frogs. Otherwise, we don't have any other way to use it, right? No. Pies for frogs, biscuits for both, and that's the only one we have, but we can't make flour. Do I need the fish? I do. I do need the fish. But we don't have the parts. Do we have the parts? Questions in my head. And Farloff just left, so, not that he was selling parts, but there are 2 fishing ponds that are 2-star. One for algae. Well, they're both algae, but they also drop fish. They drop a lot of algae, though. Algae that can be used... Let's ask the question. I really hope OBS didn't freeze on me, by the way. But anywho, we're here. Is that really... I was about to say. That's something that I have to be... hope to luck that I get. Otherwise, ranch, sure, but that was the decision I was making earlier, so it doesn't really help. And these are things that I have to unlock, so it's not even a real thing. So, this is my main source of cloth, really. But not using the pond would just leave these things here, and the fish that I could use to make skewers, I think. Because it's the meat ingredient that I need for a bunch of these things, including paste. So yeah, I guess I do take the fishing hut. I want to make this. I want to make the incense, though. No, because we have things for wine and we have things for scrolls, theoretically speaking. Wait, what do we use for that again? Plant fiber. Well, okay, we use the fishing hut. The problem is that we don't have the parts at the moment. But maybe that's fine. Let's clear out these trees first. I'll think about cutting into this Forbidden Glade on year 7. And we'll do that mainly for hostility management, funny enough. Because that will allow us to benefit from secure parameter, I think. 6, 18. If we open one, then we do a thing. Basically, we get less hostility. That's the overall improvement there. Also, we're not making pickled goods quickly enough. And that's partially because we're running out of ingredients to make pickled goods. So, otherwise, I think what's going to happen is I disable or I remove these 2 from the cellar. In fact, we're even just going to do it now. We'll have them deliver their goods. And then we will, because we're using vegetables for skewers, or trying to. And we're either going to put them back on a farm, or we're going to do something else. What are these roots being used for, actually? Theoretically skewer, or some kind of skewer. But not really. Otherwise, pickled goods. Yeah, pickled goods. Which would be helpful still. But we're not making roots fast enough, as odd as that sounds. So instead, what we're gonna do... Yeah, I think we're just gonna have you guys work on another garden. We have a bunch of fertile soil. Then we have a bunch of herbs too, but that's for various things. Yeah. We can make another garden here too, but that'll be when we get more newcomers. Here's another reputation point. Is Farlef the only one who's coming, by the way? I just saw, anywho. Tavern for beavers, primarily. Otherwise, no, market. Market is interesting. But unfortunately, we don't have anyone else who could benefit from that, so probably going to be the tavern. Yeah, it's going to be the tavern. Throw that here somewhere. All the way over here. No road, funny enough, but it's fine. Yeah, here. And we need people to work on this, but hey, we don't have the planks anyway at the moment. Where are my planks going again? Where are my planks going? Carpenter. Oh, tools. They're making tools. Which we can stop for the moment because this tavern is also just as important. But we have 33 tools too, so we don't have any more caches to open yet. In fact, we can open another one here. Oh goodness, don't break open. So let's do that, and then yeah, let's finally start replenishing our plank ranks. We can have you guys actually make planks too. It's less efficient, but hey, you know what? All things considered, fun times. And then yeah, let's actually start working on these trees. We don't want to open it yet, but we do want to work on these trees, so... Yeah, I also wanted to do a thing here, but I didn't. Actually, no, we can do that. So, we'll have both of you there. We have full blue resolve for I don't know how long. Probably a minute, tops. We're not making any scrolls, are we? We actually should be. Cost wine, and I don't have dye. But, you know what? We're low on scrolls and high on wine. Also, we have... Scrolls are... the education is used for bats and beavers, so... Now, we're making a tavern, but that doesn't remove the fact that between species, it's better, I think. And then we get amber. We have a trade route available. Sure. We did lower the storm time, I think, right? Yeah. So, probably like, yeah, 12, 20 seconds. And then we'll do stuff. I actually want to probably... Yeah, let's actually just focus roots here. As inefficient, quote-unquote, as it is, we need more roots than we do herbs, oddly enough, until we can make more biscuits, or make biscuits at all. Which we can do with the field kitchen, but we don't have any flour, so... Just making sure. Okay, yeah, we don't have any... Oh, this is a long map. No orders, no trade hub. But opening caches is supposed to be the... main source, so hey, that's on me to handle. And then doing events, which by extension, anything that lowers hostility, very good, because we will be opening glades left and right. In fact, I should open this small glade here too. Yeah, I should open that too. I don't have any free things, do I? But we need these. We need this clothier active because we need to continue making coats. That's why when we grab this set of newcomers, we want to grab things. Yeah, now we so 50% minus. So it is like strictly subtractive, but it's not like we needed these anyway. Now if there were parts, I'd be a bit sad, but overall. So we're just gonna take this in the face because I want to open this small glade really quickly. I say quickly, it's not going to be that quick. But yeah, we're going to do that. So we'll take the resolve hit in the face. We'll keep everything on because we'll keep everything on. And we'll find out. That being said, everyone's kind of just sitting around. I really should micromanage this stuff, but if I make them do something, they're going to come back a bit later. Now, the farming speed is very, very fast, so it pretty much doesn't matter, but, you know. Also, this is where the extra resolve negatives are coming from. Also, hey, a clay pit. We use clearance water for it, but we have clearance water, so... Yeah, here's where I realized. So reeds can now be used for wine. I probably want to focus reeds here. Clay, we'll use if we need it, but if we're kind of limited on it, then yeah, we'll... focus on anything else. Let me just ask myself really quickly. Where else do I use these reeds? Just wine. Maybe fabric, but really just wine. So that's actually quite important. Yeah, you know what? We're using the wine there. Pain. Resolve pain. Yeah, resolve pain. I did want to open this next thingy-majiggy, the next glade, so I guess we're just going to stick with the resolve. I could disable all consumption. I probably should do that, actually. And if anyone goes negative, well... Shrug! I could keep skewers on, actually. Wow! How are we making so many skewers? Or did I just buy all of those skewers? I think I just bought all those skewers, right? Hello, dog! It's a dog. I see a dog. There's a dog staring at me. Also, we have salt and no things. Didn't I say I was going to make a fishing hut, by the way? I was, wasn't I? I was. I'm just going crazy. Oh, we don't have the parts. Not unless we destroy this woodcutter's camp, which I guess we could do. Yeah, let's do that. So what we're instead going to do is before we... Well, one, I want to make a hearth here, but two... So we won't disable all of our consumption. Because we're going to try to hit blue resolve again. Also, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do this. Because, yeah, I needed all the planks. But right after that, we want to start making tools again. Because you never know. Sell the tools? Sell the tools. Sell the tools. We're using the amber to buy stuff. And that's all I have to say at the moment. I think we just start taking service buildings here, right? I'm not going crazy. So, funny enough, never mind. Hold that thought, we need more planks. And then we make this Explorer's Lodge. Probably here? Yeah, here. Oh, my nose! Sniff. Congestion season, spring. But let's see here. Yeah, this way. Now, we do need 3 people for it, but I think we're okay. Yeah, housing is okay. We're gonna run out of housing again, but it's okay. And, yeah, we'll just live with this. Again, yeah, we're going to clear the space first, then we're going to open up this small one. And then I guess in year 8 we finally go into this Forbidden Glade, maybe. If we can't close out this settlement. For whatever reason that I cannot do so. We are faster here, right? I'm not going crazy. Also, how much is left in this mine? 60 charges. Should be okay. If we're not okay, I'd be quite sad. Now we're getting reeds for wine production, for the frogs and the beavers, and this tavern. No roads, but we'll take care of that in due time. On a tangent note, my ability to structure everything properly, I don't feel is the best, but I do the best with what I've got. Or I'm trying to do the best with what I've got. So 3 frogs, I guess we'll make it. We will get blue resolve, although more beaver houses are needed for that regardless. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3. But there's no one around to make... Actually, we have some free people sitting here. No thing in the harvesters camp. We cleaned it during Drizzle, so that's going to be interesting. We can also start cleaning these. If I want to min-max, I guess I could still pay attention to the Drizzle season, but for the moment, we can do this. Can we do this? That should encompass them, right? Yeah. So this is going to be strange, but... So that we can do double time here, if that makes any sense. And get more crops, basically. I haven't checked in... I should just do this. I don't know how to do that to myself. Oh, yeah. Far off again. This things, I mean, sure. Yeah, it's a ways of a walk away. Actually, I can make an hearth. I can make a hearth now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it like that. Now, we just need to make sure that we have enough. So yeah, we'll have them do that. We will have another warehouse down here because that, even though that looks close, it's not close. So we'll put a warehouse here too right after, if possible. So 2 wildfire essence. That. Oh, do we have enough parts, by the way? Yes. Barely. Can't favor, but we don't have any scrolls. That's the primary reason why. Which I'm not making for whatever reason. I should be making these. Oh, I don't have any wine. That's the reason why I'm not making them. And yeah, we will continue moving onward. Prioritize this? Question mark. I don't. The reason why I say question mark is because I don't actually know if that is, I should have actually looked it up. But if the numbers are prioritizing what you click on, I should actually just make another lumber mill just to spam trade goods. But I think it's okay for the moment. Well, I can finally make flour if I care for it. I probably do. We have more efficient bricks if I care for that too, but that's what the stamping mill is theoretically for, so you know what? That. We need to move these so I can make a stamping mill there. A snug little stamping mill. We don't have any, well actually we do. Efficiency? You guys are... This is resolve. I'll take the efficiency instead, funny enough. But... we are actually still not making enough roots, question mark? 94... Where are... Oh, are we getting it from a cornerstone? I'm confused. Anywho. Moving on. We have more stuff. I don't want to sell stones, and I don't have anything else to sell, so never mind. But in the meanwhile... So yeah, we'll finish cutting this, and then during clearance, we're probably going to have to deal with the other stuff. We'll micromanage this just for a little bit. I should... we can't. Well, hey. -2. Then we'll have them work on other things again. If we can make fertile soil here, that'll be interesting because then this will hit any fertile soil that gets made here. And with how fast our farmers are planting and harvesting, we should be able to handle it all. What's the speed increase right now? 75%. So yeah, we should definitely be able to handle all of these all of the farming. Now the grill is less effective, but we can't even do that anyway. Are we getting clay? Where are we getting clay? Did we get clay? Anyway, well, we'll just do this. Oh, we're getting clay from the... we can get clay from the clay pit. Also, we can put frog... now I'm curious. I'm going to take this frog away and put it in the rain collector and see if it works. Actually, I'm gonna do a switcheroo here because I want clearance water for the clay pit, which apparently we haven't even used much of. So yeah, we can also use it for clay. But hey, we also now need a firekeeper here, and we need to. I want to make this thing right away. We don't have the. Who is carrying the parts? Please. Who do I want? Let's prioritize beavers. Because we have more beavers, I think. That's my rationale. I think. Gain reputation 1.3. Gain reputation 1. 1.8. So yeah, we'll do beavers for now. We'll switch to frogs, but frogs are not getting anything. That's the end of the sentence. We basically need more wine, I guess is what I have realized here. So, if we are going to do a thing, we need to prioritize wine. But first, this. How far do you guys get? Kind of close, kind of far, kind of close, kind of far. I'm going crazy. Actually, if I want to make space, I should be cutting like this for any fertile soil that appears. While being mindful of how close, yeah, so the 3. So when that gets low, I want to do a thing. Yeah, probably gonna be year 9 because I'm going a bit slow here, but it's fine. More newcomers. I can't handle this, right? I think I can handle this. Guess we're gonna find out. Otherwise I could take less. I'm gonna take less. Put this in the rain collector. Put you, I guess, here. And then technically more in the mine. So I guess the question is, do I have enough for this? I should. Yeah, I definitely do. So now we can get more salt. If I care. And sell all these trade goods. Farloff? Anywho. Now we don't have enough housing. For who? Beavers. But when we make that, we should have enough space. The problem is, I prioritize the warehouse all the way down here. Actually, even knowing that, I should just immediately prep the rest of this stuff, but the house does take priority, actually. And now that I'm curious about something, I think I swap. I'm going to make a swap here, so that... And we're going to put a bat on the hearth. Yeah, now we can't do anything else either, so it's fine. Yeah, now we do need to eventually open up that Forbidden Glade. If for no other reason than we need a cache for more reputation. And an event for reputation, if possible, but that's, that'll be when it happens. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna probably... This settlement is probably gonna take me 3+ hours. Also, you know what I didn't do? This. We can fit this here, right? Yeah, we can. But then I lose everyone else I have. So for the moment, this can wait, kind of. Unless I want to take away frogs here, which we can. We're at a big surplus of. We're at a big surplus of reeds at the moment. Even though I should be focusing wine, because wine is going to help both of these here. Yeah, I probably should have focused that. That being said, pickled goods are necessary too, but... Yeah, then we have a bunch of herbs that we're sitting... Actually, yeah, if that's the case, I should just... Some of these should just switch to primarily roots. Hello, Farlove. Oh, I had to rub my face. Yeah, not really much else to look at. We can finally get boots, if I care. Can we? Do we care? Not really. Because we can't really get leather and scales easily. Actually, I just realized. Did I ever never make this fishing hut? I never did. So technically I still do need... We need people, but... Hey, Glade events carry more items, coats, production, which, yeah, sure. Let's just buy all. We have the amber, we have the power. But in the meanwhile, first, any service items, quote unquote service items. We have like all the barrels in the world. Yeah. Actually, I just realized. Before I do that, no, we don't have any cysts to worry about. So, yeah, just sell everything. Let me just make sure one more time. Another of thought. Otherwise, I think I'm just gonna end up buying these pipes, and we're just going to put a bunch of stuff, and we're just gonna buy everything. We're just gonna buy everything. I'm basically buying time here, is what I'm doing. And then plant fiber, because we don't have a plantation, plant fiber is theoretically limited. But also, I just want to use up all this amber because we want to lower hostility and get faster farming speeds. So we'll do everything we can. We'll even do coal, because that's technically limited to also dye. And then we find out. Yeah, that's a lot. We'll keep some amber, but I promise you, I would like to lower it again, but let's see. 210% planting harvesting speeds. Let's see here. Double yields, thing. I didn't check something. I'm going crazy. I can't see it anymore. I don't know where it is. I don't know how much I lowered my hostility. You know, a guild house would have been very great. I don't know if that's retroactive, but we're gonna find out. Anywho, if for no other reason, then no, I'm just gonna stick here for the moment. So we have this, but we don't really need it. I can make it just to make it, but and then yeah, I don't want to use these packs of crops because things. So all things considered, yeah, I don't need this anymore. Unless I need packs of crops, but orders are never coming in because this is an orderless map. This we still need because we can't make fabric anywhere. But it's fine. Actually, that perfectly kind of just fits there as I put this tool shop here. And we'll see if I actually care. In the meanwhile, where are the most important places to put these? Drizzle water? Grill or cellar? Probably cellar. Yeah, probably cellar. And that lowers hostility because the bat hearth specialty. In fact, we can even do this, but I don't want to I don't want to increase resolve without knowing what the exact effects are going to be. Anything else? Clearance water in the stamping mill for bricks and flour. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this. So we'll do that, and we'll do that, and we'll be happy, or should be happy. And now we have another store. Yeah, we have not hit hostility 6 due to the combined force of being able to sell stuff. A lot of stuff. What do we have here? Nothing? Nothing. So before we open this... No, we should just open it. Yeah, we're just gonna open this glade. We're just gonna open this glade and then open this forbidden glade now, I think is the plan. So we'll be at level 4 hostility, but that's not the worst thing in the world, I don't think. I think we just made more pickled goods, right? Yeah, we did. Funny enough, yeah, now we... oh, well, no. Not gonna do that yet. More plant fiber everywhere. Hey, some copper ore with clay. And a stormwater geyser, which is actually quite useful for me. But my next question is, do we have the fire? Well, yes, we do. We do. The answer is yes. We have the wildfire essence for it. So we'll make that really quickly. But after that, I think we're just going to break into this forbidden glade during the storm. Yeah, we're just going to do that. Add a road here really quick. For ease of access. And we'll try to get this done ASAP. I don't know if we can, though. Oh, that's an interesting one. We'll wait till later in the storm. Yeah, because the storm's not going to last as long. So I think the plan is to do everything else. Also, we actually do need more housing. But first, this Forbidden Glade event. So, we don't have Purging Fire. That makes me quite sad. In fact, well, we have that, but we don't have Purging Fire. So, that's our immediate concern. Everyone drop what you're doing. Make this Blight Rot post right now. In fact, what we're gonna actually do as we run out of wood here. We ran out of wood? How's that possible? Anywho. I guess we're not making planes. Where did all of our wood go? How did we end up using it? That? No, not that. Oh, the carpenter was also making planks. Whoops. That's how he lost it all. Well, now we use the coal. Thank goodness you can use other stuff for the fire, but we need to do this. Because otherwise, We will not be able to stop this in time. Kind of. I mean, we can stop it in time, but the point is that we want to get this done in a timely manner. And we probably aren't going to benefit from the small glade speedo. Man, Farsight doesn't last long enough for me anyway. Yeah, you should be able to time it. I don't doubt that, but boy. Problems. Yeah, let's finally do this. Did we make more? No. We'll get 10 amber. So let us make 12. We don't need to make 12 specifically, but hey, we thankfully had enough parts for that too. So yeah, we need more. We're waiting for more. That makes us sad. What else is here? Carpenter as well, but we can probably just salvage that. What else are we looking at here? Big roots. Don't have that. Vegetables and another large cache. And an extra thing. Flame amulets or faster thing. I think I'd rather have flame amulets, funny enough. We did finish that during the thing, right? No, I wasn't watching. No, it's fine. It's not fine. Well, hey, we can deactivate that now, but that's a medium, right? Don't we have a large one still somewhere? I thought there's a way for me to cycle one. This is large. We don't have the tools. Ah, man. Why have I done this to myself? Because of this, I wasn't enabling things for this. I could have also made luxury goods. Could have also made luxury goods, but oops. Didn't do that. We will, funny enough, actually get people back in this woodcutter's camp for the moment. You guys need to deliver this quickly. Also, we're going to get cysts, so having a few fire will help, I think. But anywho. What am I looking at here? A more stormwater geyser for stormwater use, which is good for me, but let's continue finding out. That's the only 2-star. Basically, this algae pond. I need to use this algae pond at some point. I also need more parts, but that's a different worry. I could theoretically grab another trader immediately, but I guess we might as well wait. Yeah, it's going to take another year. Wow, we are not making wine fast enough. It's because we're busy making other stuff, too. I thought a dog was looking at me. Oh, well, there's the kiln, if I want pseudo-infinite coal based on wood. There's also the guild house, which, this is retroactive, right? Yeah, it is. So, yeah, the guild house. That will be, I think, our winning building, question mark. We have enough to make it. We don't have the villagers to man it, but it'll happen. I should actually make it immediately, but again, we can go to year 9, even year 10, and be perfectly fine, I think. Oh, no order maps. I don't actually need more. In fact, they're already working, so I can turn this off, basically. We don't even need 6. I'm just saying that just to do it, but let's start throwing people in the guild house instead. The woodcutters camp we do need, but the guild house is the first priority of business. And when each beaver finishes this here, we can do a thing. Actually, I can knock that harvester's camp down because I wanted to make another woodcutter's camp or something. I wanted to make something. I don't remember what. But anywho, we will finish off this. We will make this guild house. With that guild house, we'll be able to benefit greatly. We also still need these newcomers, but I could also... Do we have enough coats? No, we don't. We actually don't have enough coats. That's a lie that I've told myself. We could use more clearance water, but I'm using clearance water for wine and the stamping mill, which we actually don't need. Yeah, we don't actually. So after we do that... Where was I going to throw these people? Oh, cellar. So let's do that. And start making a bunch of wine. In fact, I should probably even just double up on this. So yeah, that's the guild house taking effect. So no trade thingy-majiggy, no trade hub cornerstone, but with every other sell something, get something, it's nice. Also, this mine is finally out of resources. But you know what just happened? We found another source of resources, so... Yeah, oddly enough, even with all this fertile soil, I'm not scraping by, but I feel like there's a lot more I could do. But, anywho. So salt here, right? Yeah, probably the salt. Gives us sea marrow in return, which I could have also been burning to make this event faster. In fact, I will just burn sea marrow to make that event faster. But in the meanwhile, we will also finally set up a mine here. Oh my goodness, so much salt. Literally. And all the bats can go in. We want to take down this carpenter building, probably, because I think we have an effect for knocking down the building, but we don't have any free people. And yeah, this map should complete itself in due time. In about 4 minutes. Probably going to hit year 9, but that's on me. So right after that, we need to open these caches, because we're making tools for them. I have to cough too. Someone coughed, and I coughed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4 minutes pretty much till the end of this settlement, 4 or 5, if we're allowed that much time. Because then I open this, then I open this. That's 1.75. We have 3, that would be 13.5, and then yeah, about 4 or 5 minutes in between, theoretically speaking. Basically, I should be making the final sprint right now, but we'll see. Forum is extra, I think, extra chance for gathering, producing W. Never mind, chance of producing W yields increased, which actually would be quite helpful. We have the Explorer's Lodge. Did I even make that? Did I ever even make that? I did. But we can make more. So, I forgot you could unpause the game from this menu. Incense would be interesting. Ale would also be interesting, but we don't need it. In fact, I'm making so many herbs, I should just primarily be focusing on root production, but it's too late. So we're going to take the forum, just for the double yield. Put it here. We don't have enough people to use it, but eventually, when we get these newcomers, it should straighten itself out, if we even need it. Probably don't. Yeah, we don't need the herbs, actually, so just, I think we're sitting on hundreds of herbs that we could turn into provisions. Could be turned into biscuits too, but yeah, we could have just made the field kitchen. In fact, we should just make the field kitchen, but fine. Not because it's inefficient, but because it's the field kitchen. Anywho, we gotta use these herbs for something, but we should still swap pretty much 50% of our farms here to roots because we need them. So yeah, one other thing. We finally get the scribe for more efficient scroll production, but we don't need it. So I guess instead we can finally make the distillery. Again, at this point we're on the victory road, so theoretically speaking, we shouldn't even need all of these, but we'll do it just to humor it. I mean, we do need them, but hey. And in fact, we can make incense with the herbs, but we have so many backlogged up that Anywho, I think we have enough tools for this one too. No, we don't, because I haven't even started working on opening this cache for some reason. So we'll do that now. Pretty sure we have blight rot cysts sitting on us, but I think we'll be fine. Now this blight, yeah, actually the blight rot, the blight post should have been around here, but I wasn't really paying attention. Again, I'm thinking about closing out. If we somehow, it's still possible for me to lose the settlement, but I think for the most part we should be okay. In fact, I'm even gonna do this. Don't we have enough tools? I thought we do. We're gonna be making enough anyway, so we're just gonna do that. We're gonna do that preemptively. In fact, I should probably just call the next trader now. Yeah, we'll call the next trader now. We don't get to use as much, but we should be perfectly fine. We're not going to be 8 minutes in. If we are, I have made a mistake. We don't need that much more, so we're going to do that instead. We'll do this. Put them somewhere. Forum. I'm just kind of just using whatever at this point. Field kitchen. And there goes all my stuff. We were missing housing, but that's... This should fix things. Hey, look at the plantation, but we don't need it. Pretty sure if I do this, we should be perfectly fine. And if we're not, well, fun times ahead. More flour. You never know. In fact, I should just... Yeah, I should even just sell these. Yeah, we should be fine. We're just gonna speed this up. Hopefully it closes out before the end of this. Yeah, 2 minutes, about 2 minutes left, and the resolve will drop in the meantime, so hey, also, if that's the case... they're gonna lose resolve. We should still be okay. We're gonna keep the resolve up for a little bit longer. They're 40, so they should last as well. And yeah, that's the end of the map. Ugh. Oh, how long? I'm gonna look at OBS really quick. I mean, that includes the time I was looking at the Smoldering. 3+ hours for this video. Hey, I'll take it. But as we finish this settlement off, and I'll probably do the next one on my own. If you want to wait, or if you want to see the next one, I mean, I will be busy for the next 6 to 12 hours doing stuff. So, hey, actually, what do I actually want? I think we're just gonna take the. Because this is for the next one, so I'll take the Embark so that I can just do the seal now, or maybe not. We'll see if I even succeed. Because yeah, we have 12 seal fragments, obviously, and I think we have yet to do the lead seal. Am I wrong? Am I wrong about? Oh, I'm wrong about that. Should have taken the distance. Well, hey, not that it even shows up here, but you get the point. Either way, it'll make my next settlement easier. Curse Royal, Woodlands, or Ashen Thicket. I guess we'll go here. But without further ado. We'll do the upgrades here just to see while we grab the deeds. And that'll be the end of this video. So yeah, without further ado, I mean, that took me a while, but would I want to do this again? Sure. But do I have the time for it? I guess we'll find out later on if I decide to do more. But as we take the upgrades here, again, let me know if you want to say anything, whether you want to ask a question, whether you want to give me advice. I'll gladly take it because, yeah, I'm still learning the game and what to do with as I increase my prestige up, left, right, and center. I think we'll take this. One more Embark point and Hearth District level. That does require some work on my part, but it should be better for me overall. And yeah, without further ado, I think I'll call it here. So yeah, without further ado, we will be one more time on the end screen here. Probably gonna do Ashen Thicket, but if I do that in a video, I'll do that in a video. If not, I'll probably go back to the old base vanilla save. Again, this is Alpha DLC 2 experimental branch, so I'm playing through Steam, but you get the point. I'll do what I do. But otherwise, I'd like to thank you for watching. I won't take much more of your time out of these 3 hours. Future Jordan needs to add some timestamps, but you're probably skipping through anyway, so if you're listening to this, I do humbly appreciate it. But yeah, without further ado, I'll see you later then. Bye!